Go right about you. Sure. This is what I. Oh crap! Oh. Is it GMS FAQ or?
SW.
Thanks. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right. All right, come on, right, so
Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ba'ashem. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings unto the hopeful and sincere elect, Bakoya Kodash. That's the holy elect, Baha'a Ratazar, in and around the four winds of the earth. GMS London out here once again. Prophesy, man. That's what we come out here to do. So we'll get Joel 2 and 1. You know, things are happening on the earth, man. Prophecy is speaking. They're definitely not tarrying no more. You see the situation with America, you know, and Hamas and Israel, them going back and forth. They already killed over 100 people already from the death toll or something after this so-called ceasefire. You know, the friendly ceasefire went off. Now they've already gone back to killing and all that. And, you know, Netanyahu, Benjamin, not a real Jew. He's on a straight up tirade. He wants to wipe out those Palestinians, man, by any means necessary. You know, and that's indicative of the scriptures, man, because Esau Edom is the red horse, and he was made to take peace from the earth. His whole mantra on the earth is to create war. Psalms 140 as well. So please, go ahead.
And so Ezekiel 35 in verse 6.
You can start from 1, Mount Seir, innit?
As verse 1 said, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
Yeah, who represents Mount Seir today? The so-called white man. Predominantly, that represents America, the land of Edom, the modern-day Bosra, land of Egypt. You know, modern-day Nineveh and all that. That's the place of the Lord's indignation. His righteous anger is going to be poured out on America, man, because of all the wickedness they've been ensuing upon the earth. I mean, you got these niggas last week or the week before just celebrating some damn Thanksgiving. That was a fucking celebration of the downfall of our people, man. And then what? Next day they celebrate Black Friday. Day after they celebrate Black Friday, which is another slaughtering of our people being put on auctioning blocks. But niggas want to go out and go shopping on that day because things are so cheap. So this whole society is set up to basically shit on our people, man. Shit on the tribes, man. Because we're the offscouring, we're the proverbs of this world right now. Because we're under the curses, man. You know, so Mount Seir represents America.
It's in verse 3, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
So the Lord's going to destroy America, man. And that's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing the total destruction, financially, economically wise, of America, you know. And look, slowly but surely, that place is going to get wiped out by nuclear fire, man. And that lake of fire is going to engulf the whole of the shores of America, man, from north, south to east to the west, all 5,000 miles of that place, man. Very soon. 2024, man, we're in December right now. What, 2 days in? Basically, at the end of the year, we're at the end of the year now. 2024, man, brothers have been having all kinds of premonitions and dreams. Death is coming, man. A lot of death is going to take place in 2024, man. It looks like. That's the theme that's coming on the earth right now. Because we're in a time of great war. You know, just bare like uprisings of the people, you know, a lot of tumultuous noises making going on the earth right now. 2024 could be that year, man, of just mass death. And if you get 2 Ezra 16 from 17 as well, woe is me. Yeah, because they got the new pneumonia outbreak, new psyop. We got the pneumonia outbreak saying it's spreading around the four winds again. They're getting ready to shut down China and all that. You know, it's spreading over here to Europe. So, you know, Esau's setting the play, man. He's setting the play for all the Abkeo scenario to basically push mass death on the earth. But ultimately, it's Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai that's bringing that death. Because the Lord said that it's going to be evils is going to multiply in these last days, man.
Verse 4 says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
Yeah, and that's what you devils have been doing. That's your whole history, man. Check out your whole history from the inception of the Greeks, or even after the Roman Empire up until now, man. All you devils have done is slaughtering the tribe, man, especially the children of Israel, man.
It's like you mentioned about those feast days, man.
Yep.
That's all evidence, testimonies to that.
Exactly.
You know, you got the archetypes that you set up around the world. It's sort of to demonstrate how you've been fucking us over.
Well, in London they got Marble Arch. That's like
Yeah,
a replica of the arch in fucking Spain, man, or Italy. I say.
Even trying. If you look at this whole thing with to do with Gaza, right? The gully, and you go back to the Nakba, right? The Nakba, where they went into the land and they basically slaughtered these people, kicked them out of their hands, and driven them into a reservation.
Yeah.
That's basically what we're seeing now. You go into the history, that's exactly what they did to Gad. Yeah. And they were justifying it the same way. Manifest destiny. Oh, these people are savages. Yeah. They're inhuman.
Same excuses.
Same excuses.
And they're not stopping either. They're still slaughtering people
but on a greater scale. Because they were multitude. Jake fruitful and multiply. So there was mad amount of Jake in America. Look at the landmass of America, man. Look at the landmass of America. They slaughtered our people to gain dominance over that land and pushed our brother Gad into the reservations and pushed Reuben into the swamp. Because remember, Reuben wasn't dwelling in the swamp. They pushed Reuben into the swamp. To the swamp, man. Putting into ghettos, man. And they have to pay for all of that. But you see, there's this thing of what's it called? If it's in the past, you could forget about it, make movies about it, and it's all good. You could just write a book on it, make a movie about it, and that was in the past, so we could just move forward from it. Nah, was that Ecclesiastes 3 and 15?
We've never been healed from those moments.
Yeah, if they have to pay for that, man. That's called running from justice, man. That's called ill-gotten gain, man. That's why the Lord said, "Woe unto you that increaseth that which is not here." And that was not paid, man.
Not just Gad, all the tribes, all over the Americas, man. They were slaughtered, they were tortured, they were killed, so Esau could get to this position of dominance in the earth that we are today. It didn't happen overnight. It happened through the slaughtering of the tribes. From North America down into the South America to the west coast of Africa, Congo. They were slaughtering our people in Congo.
They're still slaughtering Congolese now. And that's not even being reported in the news. They're just over there stealing their resources and all that. Sending the UN and all that. They're fucking them over. The UN have been raping up the women over there, the staff of the UN. There's been reports, man. But nothing's being done because the highlight is on this Israeli situation, man. Because Esau controls the news media, man. He controls the outlets, the narratives and all that.
That's Ecclesiastes 3:15. That which is been is now, and that which is to be has already been. The Most High requires that which is past.
Right, so the Most High is not a man. A man have a lifespan, a mortal lifespan, and they die, and they forget about shit like. People get forgotten about. You could be the GOAT, and people will forget about you. The other day I was watching a program, and it was talking about certain footballers. I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that guy. That guy was sick. Man, I already forgot. So if you've already forgotten and you used to watch him, these youths coming up now, they don't know nothing about Totti and Francesco Totti and all them, because life moves on. That's in the scriptures. You get forgotten in time. Most men don't remember throughout the ages, right? So people think if they put distance and time between an evil act, then they can forget about it, or generations. So you could be a crime family, do evil, pass that wealth down onto your children, and then that's it. It's cool. You could just move forward with that. The Godfather, the Godfather, man, did all that wickedness, and then you try to be legit, and then it's all good now. Your children can just live out life heavily after. Well, with the Most High, it don't work like that. Payback. The Most High statute of limitations goes beyond life and death.
No, it does, and that's why regeneration, reincarnation exists, and it's very imperative, man. Because these devils think like Henry Kissinger just dropped dead, 100 years old. All the crimes that guy did, that he was part of, he did bare war crime. He never got judged for none of that. but he died so-called a quiet death. But he's gonna come back in the kingdom enslaved and chains, man. Yeah, he's gonna be in chains, a newborn baby with chains around his neck and ankles, man. We're gonna be whooping his ass, man. You think Henry Kissinger just gonna skate into the sunset and that's it? He's gonna be chilling in the heavens, sleeping for the rest of the time.
You know his children. If he got children, you know his children are good.
Yeah, they're living it up.
They're way upper middle class. They got the connections. Nah,
Generational wealth, man. They got wealth that goes back to. That's why Lloyd was up in the news the other day, man. They're getting called out because their whole foundation was based upon the slave trade. That's how they made their wealth, man. Now, you know.
That's what that woman. Remember that video I sent you, man? That woman was like, that was in the past.
Yeah. That stupid blonde bitch.
Most side don't care about.
Jake was cursing her herself. You know, he was like, "Fuck that! What you mean about the past, man? You were running from justice."
Well, the past leads to the future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your past is the present is connected to what happened in the past, man.
Yeah.
That's a fact. It's just saying that you can't discount the past. It's like if you might see a guy that's on the street on crack, strung out. He's on crack today, but maybe the man got boned in his backside by his uncle when he was 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say, "Oh, that was in the past." No, but it's directly affected what's happening to him right now.
Trauma, yeah. And we suffered trauma, man.
Yeah.
We're still suffering trauma to this day. These devils act like systematic oppression doesn't exist. And all that. Come on, man. Fuck out of here. This whole system is built to make sure that we don't fucking succeed in this place, man. It's only a few jakes that seem to weasel their way through. If they sell out or do some other left hand shit, you know, do some like Diddy type shit or something, then they might make it through the gates. You know, but you know, it's hard for us, man. But it's like that because we're under the curse. Going back to Deuteronomy 28, you know. Back on that point in Ezekiel 35, that perpetual hatred, the video come out the other day. The girl was fighting a black Jake girl was fighting the fucking Edomite in school, and the guy broke her nose, you know, and she got suspended. You know, some madness like that. That shows you that perpetual hatred, man. You know.
Yeah, well, the Bible tells you love work if no ill to his neighbor.
That's it.
And these guys, they don't want to restore. If you don't want to provide somebody with justice, that's a form of love. If you don't want to provide somebody with justice and you don't want to restore them, then how can you say you love them? They don't want to restore our people. They want to keep our people in even these good Christians like Vocab Malone. He don't want us to be Israelites. He don't want to see us restored to our princely nature. He wants us to just be niggas. So they hate us. They haven't stopped hating us.
Because they know that one person has to come up and another has to hold down.
100%. That's it.
Isaiah 14 and 12. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not lie, nor forsake the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Right. So they've gained this. Esau, Edom is the supreme people on the earth. As a people,
For now.
well, I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
They're the supreme people on the earth, meaning where they at is got the wealth and the power and the influence, right? But they didn't get it by being Mr. Nice Guy, by being Ned Flanders. They got it by being ruthless, by being hateful, by being thieves, murderers, schemers, mischief. And they're still doing that mischief to this very day. They're still doing underhanded deals, gunboat diplomacy, you know, undermining people. That's how they've operated. But the average Edomite gets to live in ignorance of that. This is this. They're allowed, like most of these Edomites around us now, because they're not privy to the mechanization, they're allowed to live in that ignorance. They're allowed to live in the false reality that they're good people. You know, we're helping the world. Oh, we're giving aid to the world. They can live in ignorance. The average Edomite, they live in that ignorance. They don't understand, like, bro, the way you live, who you are, is a bloodthirsty dudes that's provided that for you. If they didn't do that dirt, you wouldn't be living the way you are, because it's an economy. It's an economy, like, and you benefited from that economy.
So I was just going to say, because even on that, it's like the thing with these Edomites is the way Esau pushes his media, they can be individuals. Right? And what I mean by that is when they look at Kissinger, oh, that was just one Edomite. We're not all like that. It's like, no, that you're all like that. That's your spirit.
That's your nature, man.
You know?
Go ahead.
Zechariah chapter 11 verse 5 says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. They don't think they're going to have to pay for it. They think those that died in doing all that, that's it, that's done, over and done with.
Yeah.
But the condition of our people hasn't really changed. You know?
The example of that is the situation with the Palestinians. They wiped out about 20,000 of them, but to them, they just looked at it like, no, they just wiped out some terrorists, man. And at the same time, they're trying to act like they're the peacekeepers. But you're going around creating all the fucking melee in the earth. You're the ones creating all the tensions and the scheming and the stealing and the robbing, man. Because you can never have enough. The scripture says you are just death, man. You enlarge your desire as hell. You can never have enough, man. So it's in your nature and it's innately in you to just cause, destruction upon the earth, man. You're the harbingers of death, man. You're just a walking contradiction, man. You Edomite, so-called white people.
Yeah, all these Edomites that are middle class, upper middle class. The truth of the matter is, the life you live wouldn't be possible unless your elites, right, did what they did. They made the plans that they did and murdered and set up the murdering and the killing of the people they killed. You wouldn't be in this situation. You know, let me get this scripture real quick, man. But Edomites, I'm glad you said that about these elites and these lower level done. So this is Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 10. It says, but on the other side, there sounded an ill according cry of the enemies, and a lamentable noise was carried abroad for the children that they bewailed. The master and the servant were punished after one manner. So we could go back into Egypt and understand that Egyptian society wasn't a democracy. Egyptian society was a thing of, you had the pharaoh and his family and the priesthood. They ran Egypt. Might have had a few couple noblemen, but the average Egyptian, there was no vote. Like, okay, we're gonna do this and do that. Okay, but yet still, when the Lord judged Egypt, did he only judge Pharaoh? Pharaoh was the one that didn't let the people go. Did the Lord judge Pharaoh? No, the Lord judged the whole nation because the whole nation was guilty of what they did to the children of Israel. They were all guilty, and you had Egyptians that were servants to other Egyptians. You had Egyptians that was in jail.
You had Egyptians that have been cool with Jake.
Still got judged because guess what?
When I was catching the hell with the plagues, you don't think there's some Egyptians that said, let's let them go.
Well,
they would have been behind Jake. They need to leave. But Pharaoh was like, no, they didn't have a choice.
Hey,
so you could be with Jake. It don't matter. You know, you got these white guys over here. We'll march with you.
Yeah, but they ain't with Jake.
Shit.
First of all, but they're not with Jake. They're not with Jake. That's just at that moment in time, they're playing that, they're trying to act that virtue. But they're not with Jake. What about your last life? What were you doing then? This is the thing. Like, they're not. You could get an Edomite that's cool with you, but then he'll violate right as up. Anyone could be cool with anyone, like one individual off stance. But if you disrespect and that doesn't even mean that they love you. Someone could be cool with you, but then you will see their true colors when it's truly tested. When they really have to make a decision. Just like you got these people talking about interracial relationship will fix things. Bro, you had slave masters that was popping black women back then. Did that mean that they love Negroes? They don't mean nothing. That one off instance doesn't negate everything else. Let me finish this and then you can go with that. It says, and like as the king, so suffered the common person. So nowadays you get these Edomites, they want to blame all the evil on the elite. They want to blame all the evil on the elite, the Illuminati. They want to blame all the evil on the Zionists. They want to blame all the evil on the so-called Jews. The reality is that all these Edomites are guilty. Same, man. When you go look at them lynching photos, there were no Illuminati there. When Osman was driving, when you going up Dagenham and Romford ends, and some Edomite shouts out nigga out his car, I don't think he's a member of the Illuminati. These devils all played a role and a part in our oppression. So it's not me, they all have to pay. Just like in Egypt, all the Egyptians suffered. From even the guy, the Edomite that's on the street right now, that's done out, he going into slavery, he gonna have to suffer.
Well, the scripture says there's none that do it good. Not one. Yep. None that do it good. So that means, and the Lord said he's not a respecter of person. So just like us, because the Lord said our king had to go into slavery with us. Yeah. King David and all that. Yeah. You know, that's the king of Israel, but he had to go into slavery. So the Lord's not a respecter of persons, man. Yep. So if we had to suffer, you devils are definitely gonna suffer. Every single last one of them.
And then check out the last prayer that the Lord sent against Egypt. The death of all firstborn.
Yeah.
Like the so-called innocents. You know, these babies that never done a damn thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Fresh out of the womb. Yeah. Get slaughtered.
You know, the Most High didn't give them exemption. Everyone's gonna have to pay. You know?
You devils are your time's running out, man. All your excuses and all that. Everyone's getting fed up with you, man. That's why you call for that little ceasefire to quell the little tension that's brewing, because everyone's coming out against you Jays nowadays, man. Everyone wants your head on a stick. But it's gonna get worse for you, man. The Lord said you're gonna be as the chains roll in these last days. It's gonna keep getting increasingly worse for you as time goes on. You're gonna be like the new niggas on the face of the earth very soon, man. Everyone's gonna want
pretty much already are.
yeah. Everyone wants
The
your ass,
majority of the world is looking at Edomites like
sideways.
these people are crazy,
You're just lunatics, man. You're bloodthirsty and you're
hypocritical,
sadistic. Yeah,
lying.
sick, man.
And the thing is, man, remember that the colonialism was supposed to come to an end. But you see, now the whole world has the internet, and the whole world understands how neo-colonialism works. They understand how the banking industry is a fraud. The people know, especially in the global south. People are more educated than you think.
They push that image that they're all ignorant.
They know, man.
So
They know Esau is full of shit and he ain't the guy, man.
that's there was I never read the article, but there was an alert today. I forget from who. But basically, they were saying how one of the questions that they're asking is like, right now, the rest of the world is starting to look bad at these Edomite nations, right? And then they're like, that's one of the questions they're going to be posing to, I think they said to Biden or something, like, yo, how are we going to maintain this respect? Because right now, people are going to be looking at us like,
You can't. It's true. Because it's the Most High. The Bible speaks about that wicked being revealed, and it started with us. The spirit of revealing Esau as the devil started with the Hebrew Israelites coming out and exposing him in the scriptures, and that spirit is out there now, where he's just been getting exposed. Even the seating, Bill Gates, they are exposed. I see a video the other day. A woman, she was exposing Churchill and all the racist stuff he was saying. Everything's getting exposed. They can't go back because everyone knows you're full of shit now. It's been done. It's been done. Everyone knows that they gave you a chance to say that you've changed, but they realize that you really haven't changed. You're the same devil that you always have been, and they can't change it. They're losing the war for the hearts and minds of the people, because social media has allowed random people to get a voice and be talking and expose shit.
Because it's come out all the information about slavery, come out that all the conquistadors, the Spaniards, that they're really all Jays, man. They were really all Jays, man. Christopher Colomb. They weren't all the so-called European or Edomite. They were all specifically from a nation of people known as the Jays, man. And that's who took over the whole transatlantic slave. That's who financed the transatlantic slave.
They're the head of the
They
snake.
benefited it, yeah. And they profited it off the most, man, to this day. Still to this day, man. So they can't run and try and act like they're the most impoverished, they're the most hated. No, you're the ones going around stealing everyone's resources, man. And acting like you're the victim. You're playing victim when you're the fucking conqueror of the earth, man.
It's out there.
This is from Sirach chapter 41, verse 5. The children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. Right? You can't escape from the stigma and the shit that your folks have done, man. You can't escape from it.
That perpetual reproach is going to be enacted in slavery, man. You're going to have to pay for what your forefathers, your ancestors did, man. And you women ain't exempt either, man. You women, you're going to get it just as much as the male Edomites as well, man. You she-Edomites out there, man. Because you're the she-devils as well.
So just to back you, it was a great one that Bill Burr did. It was an SNL monologue, right? And he cursed them out, man. But he did something that was comedically genius. He basically, calls them all the B word, and that's what they cared about. But he was like, but wait there, when we were rolling in the blood money, you were there too. That's what he was saying.
But they still are.
They still are.
He's enjoying all the luxury.
Yeah.
Diamonds. I mean, let's just keep it real. That's how it's gonna be.
Verse 7 says, the children will complain of an ungodly father. You trying to disassociate yourself from it. You're trying to run from it because Esau likes to run.
There's loads of videos online where they'll be asking like a group of Edomites like on the street or whatever, oh, are you proud of being white, right? And they'll be like, oh no, like it's like what do you mean? Like, yeah, because they a lot of them now, they see themselves as being the bad guy, which they are. A lot of Edomites are waking up to the fact that they are the devil. Like the spell's even being broken on them. A lot of Edomites are realizing that, bro, we just be lying, we just be stealing, we just be killing, Yep.
The children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake.
And that goes into all that stupid organized marching. You see crackers trying to march with Jake and all that, or the Palestinian situation, Free Palestine. You've got a whole bunch of crackers in central London, parading and protesting like they say they're down with their cause and all that. Really, you're just trying to run from justice, man. You're running from the fact that you create these issues and these problems, and your people are a bunch of nation of devils, man. That's what it boils down to. Your people ain't right, man. You're not right in the spirit.
Yeah, just to be, if you're gonna rule the world, and what he claimed to be was this, the elves, man. He's just this righteous, wise ruler that's gonna progress the world into a utopia. And the reality is, if you look at the world after 200 years of Esau's rulership, it's a mess. Right? It's a mess, and a lot of it is at his hand, his intelligence agencies, his corporations, right? The metrics are off the scale, man. Children are dying, pollution, everything is just off the scale. There's war, disease.
That's why they're talking shit about this climate change. You caused all this climate change, man. What the hell that the ozone, all that shit's made up anyway, but you cause all this hell on the earth, man.
And he ain't trying to, like you said, it's just Esau he's being more and more exposed that he ain't the guy that should be running. If he was managing a football team, man would be like, he got to get this guy out, man.
You're getting fired in the mood.
He needs to be removed out of that position, man, because he ain't the one. He ain't he's used his intelligence for evil, and that's just the truth.
I told you that in Ezekiel 28, like corruption with the wisdom that you got, the wicked cherub, the evil cherub, that you corrupted yourself, that with the wisdom that you got from the Lord, you corrupted yourself. You got too power hungry, man. And that's why you're going into what you're doing right now with the MOT to the D system. You're getting ready to put chips in people because you just want that ultimate power over people's souls and bodies, man. Because you just create. That's what you do. You create power, man. And you already got all the wealth of the world and everything else. But what else is there left but ultimate power? Yeah, go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 10. And so I saw the wicked buried, who had come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This is also vanity, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Yeah, so you're going back to your forefather Cain, man. You're a vagabond and a fugitive on the earth, and you're on the verge where justice is going to catch up to you, man. You might call it street justice, whatever, but street justice it basically equates to biblical justice, man. It's called a recompense, and the Lord's coming to get you devils for what you done to him personally 2,000 years ago. Put your grubby hands on him, put him on a cross, and then what you did to his people, man. The Lord said that these times will come upon the earth. But you devils have to pay, man.
Yeah, they're done too. You Edomites have really done too much.
Too much, man.
You've done too much in the earth, and like I said, you've done so much. The whole world has PTSD. The whole world, from all over the planet, they're looking at what's happening in Gaza, and their PTSD is getting triggered. These men are still doing it. They're still on this, and they're justifying it. And these politicians in Europe, they're embarrassed, man. They're like, we got they're out there trying to, and it's like the world's looking at bro, just. It's a war. Is it a war crime or not? Dancing around it.
Even your guy Piers Morgan's changed his tune. When he first came out, he was like, for the Israelis.
But the beautiful thing is, not a couple months ago with Putin, they're already justifying what a war crime is and all that shit. They're just showing you that hold on, these people have got no integrity. They're just hypocrites, man.
Well, they basically try to take Putin to the Hague because he reward their lies and wars, but the crime that is alleged is he took children out of Ukraine to send them to Russia for their protection. Yet these men are just straight massacring
babies in incubators. And you know what funny thing is, in Iraq, they lied about the babies in incubators. And these guys are actually doing it, and these guys are standing still. Because he's a hypocrite, man. And the Bible tells you the congregation of the hypocrites, fire shall consume the congregation of the hypocrites, man.
You want to finish this? Okay. It says, though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High Yahweh, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow. because he feareth not before the Most High.
So that's Job. Was it 20? Is it 20 and 5? The triumphing of the wicked is but short. These devils, we're at the end of their triumph, man, and they've had their good time to enjoy themselves and being able to go everywhere in the world and command respect and fear, you know, and all the luxury holidays and the luxury things that they get to enjoy as a whole.
Yeah.
You know, because they had the biggest middle class, the biggest upper class. That's why most luxury goods are catered to them. Luxury cruises, luxury resorts. If you go to Mexico, the resorts is catered towards them. What they want to eat and drink and things like that, because they are the people that really have that kind of money. Most other places in the world only have two sets of people. You either got the super rich and everyone else is in poverty. But in the West, it's not like that. In the West, they've been able to have that American dream, and it's true. You're able to have a vast amount of Edomites who are in the middle section. You know, they get to enjoy certain things, man. They might not get 5 holidays a year, but they can get 1 or 2. They can go Disneyland, you know, growing up as kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Trust funds, all of that shit.
but all that's gonna come to an end.
Well, one quick one, please.
Get the elder from Hawaii. So,
Hey,
Shalom.
Goodbye, y'all.
Psalms 11 and 5. The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth.
Esau loves violence. It's a weird thing because when they're domestically, they kind of like don't have the violence, and this is where it gets weird, right? Yeah, they kill the Native American Indians and do what they got to do. Then when they build their nest, then they want peace in their nest. So they want their gated communities and it's all peaceful. But then they'll outsource the violence. So to sustain that gated community and the way they're living, they've got a massive military that's going around the world murdering and killing people and so forth. But then where they are, they could claim to be peaceful people. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go to Richmond, there's no crime there. It's peaceful. But to maintain that, they're dropping bombs on people.
The military,
Their violence becomes industrial. They just might not do it in their home because they've already killed everyone there they need to kill. And that's how they keep that thing of, oh, niggers are violence, because obviously if you go to a Jake neighborhood, they be doing violence. But what Jake don't do is outsource violence. You won't see niggas in London like blowing the shit up in some random place around the world and kill 10,000 people. You won't see that. You just won't see that. They'll just stab each other up, and 1 or 2 men might get down and all that. So they could turn around and say, "Oh, they're black people, violent. Look, they're having stabbings and fist fights." Meanwhile, you've got an actual military that you spend billions upon billions on creating weapons of mass destruction, specifically to go and blow up and kill other people, which you do. Not only that, you will fund the violence of others. So you will go and give weapons to one group to slaughter another group. Instead of trying to fix a situation, you inflame a situation so you can come in and benefit from it.
It's the same as Rome. It's colonization, isn't it? That's what it is.
But because you, in your little neighborhood, don't get into fist fights, and everyone's in the park all nice, we're a peaceful people. No, that's a lie. You're not peaceful at all.
You're civilized. Them and a savage.
You already occupied your homeland, America.
You had 2 world wars.
You already occupied, and now you're occupying other people's land. That's why you're trying to occupy Gaza right now. Back in the ancient Roman times, it was called a Roman occupation. Same Roman bastards occupying Gaza right now, trying to occupy the land of Israel right now, all over it.
If you add up the actual, if you look at the deaths of gang violence, and this is actually true, gang violence, right? Because it's so like pushed out there, it's actually a lot less than you think. Like look up the amount of shootings and stabbing deaths in London 2022. And the way they'll make it seem, you think they're getting man down like, but realistically, when you look at the numbers and consider that London has 9 million people in there,
Stuck together.
then you realize that it's not that deep.
It's like when you look into abortion stats since 2001, they make it seem like in America it's been just Jake killing each other, but it's like, oh, there's like 1 million abortions or something like that. Jake. Yeah, I think it was like 100,000, 50,000.
The gang violence, that's why gang violence, is nothing compared to Esau. Because when Esau went to Iraq, he killed 1 million Iraqis. So if you add up that violence, gang violence doesn't add up to 1 million people. It's nowhere near 1 million people there. Like, so Esau's mastered violence, man. But it's, you know, it's not in the news all the time like that. So he can be like, well, we're not a violent people.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you kill more people than we do.
Because you mentioned World War One and World War Two. On the first day of the Battle of Somme, I think it was like 60,000 British soldiers died in one day.
One day. Well, look at these Israelis. They've killed the numbers between 15 to 20,000 people in a couple months. And the Bloods and the Crips ain't done that in the whole entire life. You know what I mean? History of the Bloods and the Crips. You can't probably get 20,000 man they got down like that.
It's true what you're saying, because even with the Putin situation, they tried to compare it with the Ukraine. But they said, like, Putin and Ukraine, he ain't even slaughtered that many people.
Yeah,
as many people as you slaughtered in a month. As well as the Israelis slaughtered double the amount of people that Putin would have slaughtered in a couple of months than you did in a couple of weeks.
And
man.
these people wink at it. They wink at that violence. Like, that's nothing. But then we're violent.
Yeah, we're violent.
That dude with the hoodie on is a dangerous individual. Is that, bro? No. You're dangerous, bro. You found a statistic on that?
It was like, sorry, I got distracted. It was on 100 and so it says there were 112 homicides recorded by the police in London for the period.
And all of that ain't gonna be gang violence. All of that ain't gonna be. That's gonna be some man breaking their wife off, or some domestic.
But all that in a 1 year.
In 1 year, and there's 9 million people in London. When you really think about it, it's not that deep, in it. Then you compare that to Esau going into Iraq and killing 1 million people in the course of that war. Compare the million, it's nothing. So Esau is really the man of violence.
Esau came over indirectly every day.
Yeah.
You know, all kinds of, diabetes. So, you know what I mean? Diabetes is high on death counts.
Yep.
You know, Esau killing people indirectly more than that. You know, so
you got people dying from drinking water now, man. One bitch in North Hampshire, her husband said she dropped dead from drinking too much water and all that. And then America, they're on that health hazard alert, the declaration or something like 2 weeks back, because they got a toxic water supply. So that, you know, America, like, come on, man, Esau is a hypocrite, man.
He is truly the violent one. But like I said, they can do that. They can kill 1 million Iraqis, but live in the Hamptons, in a low crime rate area, and then look at Jake in like somewhere in the ghetto and say Jake is the most. Jake is violent, but Esau is more violent than Jake is, 100%.
And the richer the Edomite is, the more less violent they look.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But they're the most bloody men on the planet.
They're making the phone calls. That's leading
Tony
to
Blair. He's giving the orders out. He's sitting nice right now, but he looks like a feeble guy.
But they're in the war room. They're in the war room saying, blow that drone up. You know. Anyway, go on now. Read that again. Wait, the violent one.
Okay.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, read it again. Esau is really the violent man.
That's it. You got Psalms 140 in it. Psalms 11 and 5. The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth.
They love the violence, man. They love it. There's nothing more they love than having an excuse to do a good slaughtering.
They won't sleep peacefully unless they do something.
And that with the Native American Indians, man, they enjoyed what they did to them. Like, you could look at when you look up the history of Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee, you go look up that they were children there. They were children there, and they slaughtered them people. They were pretty much unarmed. Yeah. They were unarmed, and they slaughtered them. And did you know that was celebrated? And the reason they said they celebrated it is because they lost a battle previously to these same Indians. So they were like, okay, so if we slaughter them now, yeah, that's great. It's the same. But why did they have a battle with them? Because they were stealing their land. Yeah. They were defending themselves from using it. So it's the same thing. If you defend yourself, they'll use that as an excuse to then even do more killing and then celebrate the killing like, yeah, it's great.
They're saying the situation with Hamas attacking on October the 7th and all that. The Israelis at that, but then it's coming out that the Israelis set that whole shit up, man.
Then they made a whole set of movies, a whole movie genre, the cowboy films, and the whole idea of the cowboy films is cowboys versus Indians, actually, and killing the Indians, man. And that was entertainment. That was good.
Yeah, John Wayne and all that, Clint Eastwood, they were the top cowboys and the slaughtering Jakes.
Yeah, so they were celebrating it. They were happy that they how the West was won. So they love violence.
Yeah. I've got just a quick bit of info because we was talking about Bloods and Crips. So I couldn't find exact information, but I just looked for like gang crime and like gang-related deaths in LA as a whole. So it says from KABC, ABC7.com. It says Los Angeles, the number of homicides in Los Angeles continues to drop, going from 402 killings in 2021 to 382. But it's based, they said, still higher than pre-pandemic levels.
Is nothing.
This is
When you compare to what he's like I said, Esau killed 1 million Iraqis, man.
And Esau Smith,
So like that, he's the ultimate gangbanger, man. He's when they put numbers, when they put scoreboard, he's putting the numbers on the scoreboard on a different level. He done mastered that. You know?
anytime the numbers go down with the killings and what, Esau will just get a new face, a new rapper to just stir up Jake, do some Tekashi 6ix9ine type shit. And then all of a sudden the gang killings just looks up again. And you got Chicago, all these niggas going crazy with their dreadlocks.
Yeah, Chicago, they're all them cities. But Esau in one campaign just eclipsed all of that. You know, Esau loved the violence and he's on a different level with it.
The man of sin.
He's the murderer.
So we got Psalms 73 or 73. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm.
Right, you got these Edomites, like there's a lot of Edomites that for generations they've been wealthy. For generations of generations, they've just been wealthy, man. You know, like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, there's families splintered off from them that have different surnames, but they're wealthy. Right? And that goes not just everywhere. If you go to Brazil, type in top 10 families, richest families in Brazil, and you trace them, they're all Portuguese. They've been rich since day one. And then they'll be like, yeah, there's like 4 or 5 brothers, and this brother's worth like 500 billion, and this brother's worth, you know, whatever they say. You know? And that's how they work it. And then it'll go on to the next generation. Because they're going to inherit an empire. They own this company, these stocks, this land, blah, 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 blah. And there's so many Edomites like that. That's why Jake don't understand it. Like Jake get a couple Jake that got a little thing. And the little thing that them Jakes have, Jake think that they've done something. Bro, do you know how many millionaires? When it comes to the world of Esau, to be a millionaire is nothing.
They're millionaires before they get into college.
There's certain towns in Switzerland and that is just nothing but millionaires in the town.
Yeah.
That's why when you get money, where do you need to move? Think of it. When Jay get money, where do they move to? They move to an area that is predominantly who? So who predominantly has that kind of money? Esau, to be a millionaire among Esau, you're nobody. And that's the truth. You get looked down on by the other families that's got hundreds of millions, and then you got the billionaire families. How many billionaire Edomites are there? There's so many billionaire Edomites, you don't know them. When the Don bought Arsenal.
Oh yeah.
Who the hell was that? Who is that? He just bought. Bro, look at these Edomites and just buying shit. You're like, well, I never heard of this Edomite before. But you know, if a Jake has $1 billion, you've heard about it. If a Jake has that amount of money, you know that Jake because it's gonna be someone you know. But there's Edomites that have got dumb money. It took up my these Edomites, there's so many Edomites that's got crazy amount of money, man. All over America. America's got bare millionaires and billionaires. You don't know their names.
It says HenleyGlobal.com. It says London has 258,000 resident millionaires, 384 centimillionaires, so hundreds of millions, and 36 billionaires. And that's just London. And you talk about like Switzerland. There's a place where they all go. It's Gstaad. Get how it's spelled. It's so funny. But it's like apparently like there a beer is 70, like a regular beer is like 70 euros.
Monaco. Yeah, like Monaco.
Yeah, Monaco.
They got loads of areas where it's just Edomites with money. You don't know their names, you don't know, but they got money, man, because they run the world. They got this, man.
Yeah.
Average Edomites like this. walk past you, think, oh, they got cake, man. They're sitting on
Yeah,
fucking
go
cake.
Richmond,
Yeah,
Richmond, Ealing.
Knightsbridge,
Go great.
Chelsea. What's that program made in Chelsea? Most of them little daddies, like one of them,
Too much money.
one of them, the grandsons of the digestive guy, man.
Yep.
One of the blonde youths. His granddaddy, the guy that funded.
Yeah, but then look at Jake.
Oh, McVitie's, I mean, he founded McVitie's.
But then look at Jake. All you got is a cup of Niger oil, man, and some footballers, and that's it. Like,
That's it.
Jake ain't really like. What area do you know that's just got bare rich Jake? That's dominated by Jake. There ain't no area in London like
There
that.
was, he saw bomb that place, man. Turn that place inside out, man.
Jake,
He's done it.
He done it a couple times, man.
you know the JOO, they got Golders Green, they got all those areas. What areas do we have in London? All our areas is the ghetto. And you're trying to move out of the area to go live among Edomites. It's true. As soon as you become middle and upper class, you need to go move among Edomites. Because there ain't no upper and middle class area for you Jakes, man. Because we ain't got it like that. We're mainly working class and lower class.
And even if you try and move back to so-called Africa or whatever, so you try and go back to the West Coast and that, you got Jakes that'll be plotting against you, man. They'll be plotting to take your millions from you, man. You can't trust no one, man. No, especially you can't trust them Jakes in the village and all that. They were trying to set your ass up, man. Take your damn millions, man. They did when it was a riots going on before, about a year back. I think one of them burnt the boy's house down and all that in Nigeria. They must have burned his house down, found out where it was. There was riots or something that was going on in Nigeria.
That was a wicked nigga. Like,
Yeah,
he needs to get. Hopefully, they get hold of him. The wicked demon. Then he
loves to be an adultery.
send me a location. They gonna send a location. Hey, go on. Read it.
For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men.
Right. The reason they're not in trouble as other men is because they got the influence and the money and the power.
Yeah.
When you got the influence and money and power, there's a lot of problems that don't come to your door. And the infrastructure, it don't come to your door. Certain problems, they don't understand that life. You know, they live in low crime areas because they got the money and the police system, and the people who are on that level just ain't gonna come and mess with them. They know not to mess with them.
They move out.
Yeah.
But they know what it's going to bring.
You roll up on these type of people and you commit a crime against them, the police are gonna find you. They're gonna be motivated to deal with you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It brings down the value of the local area. Because I was thinking about that's what happened. You remember there was a period of time where there was a lot of like phone robberies, but then when the Edomites moved in, all of a sudden the phone robbery stops.
Of course. Hey, like Moore Park. You got that area on the Metropolitan line, Moore Park. You can't just roll up to when you come out the station at Moore Park, you can't turn left. Because the left is the private area. In fact, that whole station was built by the residents. You know that? The residents built Moore Park Station. That's not a station that the government built or London Underground built. The residents decided we're gonna have a station here. So they built one. It's owned by the actual residents, bro. And if you want to view the place, you gotta come out and take a right, and there's a hill where you can see where they're all living.
No niggas allowed.
But ain't no crime. Well, there is some crime going on, bro. But you don't have to worry about getting mugged and all that kind of stuff, man. Even down Hyde Park in London, you see these white women running at 1 in the morning in the Hyde Park and shit. Like, they're not worried about getting robbed. You can't even run through market, bro. The man. Yeah, because they're not in trouble like other people. They're protected from a lot of things. They're not being preyed upon, you know.
Everywhere Jake is, police get responded. You know, your protection goes down. Everything. Your gyms get sloppy.
What you think? The water where they live, it would be allowed to be poisoned like that? Do you think? What's that place called in Michigan where they got the water? Flint. You think that would happen in the Hamptons, mate? Mate,
Because the lawsuits would be crazy.
bro,
Yeah.
the water company would be done.
Yeah.
The man's life will be over.
Because he has actual money to buy.
You can get away with a lot of things when you do it to poor people.
Yeah.
And that's a fact. That's why a lot of them polluting companies, they build their factories either in the third world or they build it in poor areas of America or Britain because they know they can get away with doing things. They're not going to get away with that if you do that near the Hamptons or near some upper middle class area because they're gonna be. Oh wait, hold on. There's chemicals. We need a town meeting. Book. This one's a lawyer. This one's got this connection. That phone call. Blood, your whole thing shut down. You can't even get that truth.
Say we've been experimented on poor people, wouldn't it?
Yeah, experiment on poor people. You know what I'm saying? So they that's why the scripture said they coveted the evil covetousness, that their nest may be set on high, that they can be delivered from evil. They use the money and the wealth and the influence to protect themselves from evil. And to protect their children from evil.
It goes on to say, neither are they proud like other men. Therefore, pride compasses them about as a chain.
Right, because they don't have to suffer the things that normal people have to suffer in the world. They're filled with pride. You know, these lot though, they live different type of lives, man. I'm telling you, and you don't know until you get around these people, and they sometimes they talk to you not cognizant of you. Obviously, they ain't from that life. Man's all like, oh, man. I remember I told one Don one time I was working with his dad. He had money. He was from Leamington Spa. He had money. His dad's got money. You know, and they just do things. The way they talk to you is like, yes, I was in Argentina last week. You know, the ones they're just doing like they're just living like it's normal, but they're not trying to show off. He's just talking because he only knows that. And the guy was like, oh, you went to New York? I was like, yeah, I went to New York. Oh, where'd you stay, Manhattan? I was thinking, what the fuck? I said I was staying with friends. Like, oh, well, you got friends in Manhattan. I'm like, bro, this guy's real. Like, but for him, that's normal.
He can't. He can't fathom why you would be anywhere else.
Manhattan. Yeah, because that's how they live their lives, man.
So like I remember hearing one Edomite basically saying like no white people take the bus in California. That's what the poor black people do.
Rosa Parks.
This is Esau's time. That just shows you that this is Esau's world. For the world to come, Esau's going to be on the bottom. It's going to be a whole train of places. Esau's not going to be living like this, all lavish and all that, globe trotting and all that, like a guy Mark Wayne going around, traveling, tasting everyone's food around the corners of the earth. All that shit's going to be over with, man. Them days is over.
Fine dining, fine living.
Fine dining and living. All that shit's going to be over with, man. You're going to be lamenting in the kingdom, man. You're going to wish you was never born in the kingdom of heaven, man.
Come expert on rocks.
Yes.
Geologists, you know.
You're going to be the proverb and the byword in the Lord's kingdom, man. So you can live it up now, enjoy it, you know, everything you got to enjoy right now. But in the kingdom to come, which is very soon, you're gonna be on the bottom, man, where you belong.
We're gonna be enjoying all the luxuries.
Yeah, the fruits of our labor premiums.
As per the blessing, man. You know, it's the fat of the earth.
John say violence covering them as a garment.
Right, because they can do what they want, man. They can bully the world, man. That's why they got the militaries for. It's not for defense. That's a lie. Originally, it was called the Ministry of War, and they changed it to the Ministry of Defense. It's not for defense. It's for bullying people so they can get the deals they want and get things cheap, so they can make as much money as possible. That's the reality. That's what the American military is for. That's what the British military is for. That's what it's been for. The British military, especially the Navy, they had a empire for a reason that covered the span of the world. That wasn't defense. Defense is when you build a wall. Defense is when you build a wall and you got your army, and if you cross the borderline, then I will defend myself. Defense is not when you have your army somewhere else. That's offense.
But they snitch on themselves because they say we need to defend our interests, i.e. the stuff that we have stolen.
Gunboat diplomacy. The British was known for gunboat diplomacy. So what they would do is they will pull up to your port, because most cities are port cities, especially if you're not landlocked. You know, and ports is where you got a lot of the money and the trade going on. So they'll pull up to your port, park their big gunships outside the port, and they'll send a Don in with a piece of paper. And the piece of paper will be one of their music deals. That's where they get it from. This is like, listen, you have this resource. We're gonna buy this resource from you for this amount. You're like, huh? Yeah. But on top of that, this resource can make this. You are not allowed to make that. You will buy this from us for this amount. Huh? This nigga's like, yo, this nigga's crazy. But that's how it works. They'll take the raw material from you for cheap, turn it into a good product, and sell you back the product expensive. That's how you make mad money, right? And then so the guy's looking at this like, yo, I can't sign this. This isn't. Basically, you're sucking. This is madness. This is, okay, cool. I just want to let you know. You see, here, hold this. And man, you see that over there? If you don't sign this, we're just gonna blow your shit up.
Nobody get nothing.
Sign it up, and now them man are making back big money. Gun is called gunboat diplomacy. That's how Esau rolled, man.
On that, because the price of chocolate set in London. Got chocolates from Ghana and Congo.
Yeah, they just brought out the information on the Mars guy. The Mars guy makes all kinds of money with that Mars brand, but the children that he used to get the cocoa, they make about $100 a year.
They put it in a situation where in like most of these places they have the resources, right? So they take the resources, turn it into secondary and tertiary goods, and sell those goods back to them. And then you're just gonna be making crazy money, man. And always keep those people in a situation where they can't produce these things for themselves, or if they start producing them, you own the production, so you own the factory, and you bully the government into giving you making it where you pay no tax. That's what Mark Rich was doing. They put their when they put their factories in Africa and these places, what they'll do is they'll have the holding company be somewhere in Europe. Right, and so they'll never actually pay tax in the country. So they're making all this money out of like this country and their resources, but they'll pay like 2% tax, massive tax deduction. So then you're wondering why the country ain't got no money to build better schools and that, because the tax money they should be getting from the company, them man are already fleecing that, and they're getting all of that in Switzerland somewhere. Esau's the devil, man. He ain't fair.
Then to counterbalance the fact that this is him being the devil, they'll set up a charity there, call it fair trade. And they're like, he's trying to do something righteous there. You know what I'm saying?
Man's got their yacht, but they don't care because they got their yacht in it and they're living the life they want to live. They don't give a fuck. Out of sight, out of mind, innit? They don't care who's starving because of it. Elysium, exactly that. Hey, look, man, like here, let me say this. Here in London, man, you think man in Richmond care about what's going on in Croydon? They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck who's getting stabbed. They don't care about you and your little nappy-headed kids and what you can't afford. They don't have to see you. They live in Richmond. They come out their house. You ain't nowhere near where they are. Your kids ain't gonna go to the schools that their kids go to. You're out of sight, and even though you're in the same seat, you're not in the same seat. Because you ain't gonna be where they are in central London in the bar that they drink at, because you can't afford it. You ain't gonna be in a restaurant that they in. You go into Westfield in Stratford. You ain't going where they're going to shopping. You ain't up Earl's Court area doing no shopping. So you gotta realize that for the rich, even if you're in the same city, you're out of sight. They don't care if what they're doing is starving you or killing you or your people are getting stabbed. The stabbing's happening where you are. Them man in Richmond don't care when there's a stabbing in Croydon.
It's Hunger Games.
They don't even, they don't give a fuck, man. Exactly. They don't care, man. They got their own thing that they're doing and they're living their little nice life. They go to their parks.
They just look
Richmond Park. They know crackheads in Richmond Park.
They just look at Jake. They just look at Jake for entertainment. That's why they call you Goyam and all that. They're really the lower class, man. They're really lower class citizens. They don't look at you as even people, man. They're really just undesirables of the society. Useless eaters of this. That's why even those so-called small hats, anytime a politician gets into the Israeli government and all that, they always look at the Palestinians as being nothing. They're saying that they're nothing, they should be destroyed. Every single politician that's come up in that government, they look at them as
it's more land, isn't it? More land is more opportunity to make more money.
That's how they look at the people, man.
It's like bro was reading, the pride come past them as a chain, man. They become so prideful, they don't really care.
They don't care.
They speak casually about what's happening to you. That's why they're quite happy to call them savages and terrorists and whatever they want to call them.
I think he's gonna read it.
Because you could do it and get away with it, and you're benefiting from it, and you're living good. You don't care. You don't care. Like, listen, if I could kill 10,000 people, but now I have their land, and I'm gonna make about 100 million. 200 million off that, so that means I could get a yacht and I got my wife and my side piece And you know what I'm saying? They don't
Yeah,
give a
yeah,
fuck,
they're
man. They don't care.
They're not suffering from
It's what it is.
consequences.
We'll do it again. Now we're looking for the next land. After we finish with this one here, where's the next place we could do this?
That's exactly what
We
they
could
do.
keep this game going, man. We don't care. That's what Esau's been
Been
doing.
doing that, yeah.
Keep the game going, man.
That's it.
We winning, right?
Go, carry on.
God. Their eyes stand out with hotness. They have more than heart could wish.
Trying to play old school.
Yeah, Esau has plenty, man. He has more for himself. He could give to others, man. But Esau doesn't. He's not. He's greedy, you know. You know, he's a covetous man. You know, and so he don't really care what's happening in the rest of the world, really. Like he'll set himself out as the philanthropist, the one that cares, trying to change the world and all that kind of stuff. He don't really care.
The wealth metric is way out of order. You're supposed to have people that have more and people that have less. That's not the issue. The issue is the proportion. Like for instance, if you in Israel, you had Israelites that would be richer, Israelites that would be poorer. But the law set up that we all own land. So it gives an opportunity for you to be on a certain level and even build yourself up. The thing is about this society, for instance, let's look at the stock market, right? The stock market goes up what? On average 10% every year or whatever the case may be. They make a lot of money. Edomites that know what they're doing make the money in it. But did you know that 90% of the stocks in America are owned by 10% of the population? Like the owners is always a small amount. In the UK, for instance, 90% of UK's land is owned by 10% of the population. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you really break it down, when you've got trillionaires and billionaires and these people, they got way more. They got so much money that they're to the 15th billionth generation. They can't spend it. They can't possibly spend that money. But then, in order for that to be, that's how you got all these people at the bottom that ain't got nothing in the favelas, living on less than $1 a day. They could be living on $3 a day, and these people would still be rich. But they want to have it all for themselves.
So and as we've mentioned about the shameful spewing on Esau, and with the BRICS, and especially like what China has allegedly done, right, is making America look bad. Because when you look back at China, like 1970, before was it Nixon, whatever president that was at that time, China was poor. But now in 2021, President Xi Jinping announced that extreme poverty in China had been eradicated. So it's basically showing the world that it could be done. They just don't want to do it. He's not about it. It is allegedly, of course.
If you look at America, the underbelly of America is sickening. Considering how much money is in that place, the underbelly is sickening, man. Forget welfare, that's all bullshit. No one in America should be in poverty. But they are in poverty. But then you got man that's like got dumb money. How does it work like that? And why is there Skid Row in America? Do you know what I'm saying? What's going on? Because it's designed that way, that these lot have an economic system that's designed to redistribute wealth to themselves. The 1%. Like they tax you and they get tax money. They don't talk about corporate welfare and the tax cuts that the elites get. They don't tell you about how Mark Zuckerberg can buy a mansion with a 0% interest loan, but you can't. The richer they are, the less interest they pay on what they're getting.
Certain deals that you don't even see in the list price. You're like, wait, but how have you got that deal? It's like, bro, they say
because it's set up for them. They can then go to a government, get a mad contract, and what exposed that the C-19? That exposed that. The man were getting the Mars contracts. The man were getting the all kind of mad contracts, and it was man's cousin or it's his woman's nephew, and he's getting a millions of dollar contract just to bring some Mars from China. Why can't I get that contract and become a millionaire of a few clicks?
They were defective. That was the worst thing about it. They were defective. They didn't even got used.
That's how it works. Why is Microsoft? When I was in school, I remember like in school they had all the computers at Microsoft. Now you have to pay for a license for each computer. That's how Bill Gates became the so-called richest man on the planet, because you had all these institutions using Microsoft. Why? Why not just use? Think of how much money the education system would have saved if they'd all just used Linux. It was free. It was free.
Well, the proof of that is corporations when they've got their websites and web servers, most of the time do not use Microsoft, because like, why are we going to pay the license fee for Microsoft?
Don't
when
need to.
Linux is free.
Why? Because it was built into the system so that money, that taxpayer money, could be shifted to Microsoft, and then Bill Gates would have to give that money out to who he's meant to give it out to, because we know he ain't the head of it. Do you know what I'm saying? The system is all about redistribution of wealth to the rich, so that even when they're giving out welfare, when the people get the welfare, what do they do with it? They go to Walmart and spend the money there. So the welfare money is going straight back to them anyway. And if they're getting tax cuts, they're always keeping more and more and more of it to themselves. You see?
Circle was more subtle than any piece.
He's very subtle with
Yeah,
his
they're making
economic
interest in
game.
all that money again anyway.
Word
You know?
subtile when you check
That's what tax is. It's interest for them, isn't it? Really?
Yeah,
That's what it is.
when you go into that word subtile, the same word in Job as well. Yeah, it's the word for crafty. They're very crafty, man.
They know how to get the money. That's why the rich get richer and the poor are getting poorer, because their design is designed that way. And it's sickening because really and truly, man is supposed to be able to live on earth without being in abject poverty. Man.
Supposed to be able to live off the land.
You know,
God
I'm not
created all
saying
this land.
everyone's going to be rich, because in the kingdom of heaven, everyone ain't going to be rich. We're going to be rich.
Even the basics, like
What?
Abraham and all
Yeah,
that, the Lord gave man land to live off, man. So you don't have to worry about being impoverished, being poor. You can live off the land. Land is free.
Even in certain states in America, they won't let you like a plant.
They won't even let you plant seeds,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? So they want you completely
They just
independent.
Esau just like, he's a sadist. So he likes the idea of people starving to death and stuff like that, you know? Anyway, go on now.
They are corrupt and speak wickedly.
Yeah, they're corrupt. Like Mark Rich. Mark Rich committed what's known on record as the biggest tax evasion fraud in American history. Mark Rich, the lawyer, when they found out about it, the chief prosecutor, he was like, raw, like this guy's doing the most. And they put what's it called? What's it called when you subpoena? They subpoenaed this guy, right? And then he got a phone call, and he was like, listen, what do I need to do to make this go away? And the guy's like, the lawyer was like, what? Make this do what, bro? You going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guy's done the biggest fraud. It's not like you just pay a fine, man. This is bad, like what he was doing, yeah? But anyway, he ran and ended up on the wanted list. And he was in Europe with his rich friends. The man was just in Europe living. He was chilling. And he was wanted in America for the big. You can look it up, Mark Rich. Mark with a C. Mark Rich. He was wanted in America. He was in Europe with his rich friends, just chilling. But you know why? My man said he got a phone call. It was the last day of President Clinton's presidency. President Clinton gave Mark Rich a presidential pardon. Wow. The man is this is it. But then my man Wesley Snipes, he went to jail off the back of that tax evasion. Yeah, but Mark Rich did the biggest tax. You can look it up. There's documentaries on it. Mark Rich, they have that privilege. They can do that.
Yeah, I wonder how much he paid them off.
You know, he's one of the boys, isn't it? So then Clinton made sure that he was taken care of. Yep, yeah, presidential pardon for him. Biggest tax evasion scandal in American history. But let you owe some tax to the IRS, brother, and see if they gonna give you a pardon. Go on,
It goes on to say, and speaking wickedly concerning oppression.
Right, they have all these oppressive systems in place, man, but then they'll turn around and make it look like they're doing good by you. So the first thing, like I said, welfare. The first thing Esau wants to throw in Jake's face is, well, we give you welfare. Bro, welfare does not make someone economically free or independent.
You still out land.
If welfare made you rich, yeah, then everybody would be on welfare. Welfare doesn't make you rich. Welfare keeps you dependent. But then the money you get for that welfare is going straight back into the system. When you give the black woman a food stamp, she go into Walmart, she's buying from Kraft, she's basically taking taxpayer money and giving it to these corporations. She's not taking that money and doing something with it that's gonna increase her family. She's literally just buying food and some liquor. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something that's gonna make you grow you into into a powerhouse.
It's there to maintain the
It's just
standard.
there to maintain your life, and
Give
that's
them
it.
fucking token.
That's why they didn't give Jake the 40 acres and the mule, because they know you can't have freedom, true social freedom without economic freedom. You can't build on certain things. That welfare is bullshit. Welfare don't mean nothing. Welfare is just another way of them getting the money right back.
So I was gonna say, I don't know how it is in America, but I know in England, it's like, so the welfare ends up being a trap almost. It's
Yeah.
like, as soon as you let's
Go
say
to
you
work.
go
Yep.
to work, then like they take it away, but then now your rent's too high.
Yeah.
So then you have to kind of stay off. Like either you don't work.
You balance an hour, you balance an hours,
Yeah.
threshold and things like that.
Yep.
But the Tories are now saying, you know, they want to kind of cut all that off now, and they're making you go to job centers and stuff. You know, you don't
Yes.
turn up, they're going to cut your benefit funding,
Yeah.
you know. So they, you can't even. They're trying to make it harder for you to work the system in your favor anymore. You know.
Yeah, you need leeway in life, and this is the truth. That's why they say 50% of businesses fail, because most businesses make a loss the first 3 to 4 years. That the thing is, what you need to realize is that's why you need leeway. But when you're poor, you don't have leeway, and that's why
Credit line.
you need a credit line, or just to be rich, so you can afford the losses.
Well, that's why a lot of these entrepreneurs are usually what? Young, out of uni, Edomites, man. Because they chill, because that's what, man, I know one guy, he's already paid for his kid's uni, basically. His kid's like 8, 10 years old. He ain't got that debt, ain't got that debt. The money's there. So then that it means he's got an option of like, okay, cool, I can either go uni or I can try and set up this business, right? But when you've got 100 grand already in the bank for you, just chilling, well, you can afford to make a mistake.
Well, and the thing is, you can leverage that now. That 100 grand, you could leverage that up to like $1 million if you want, and have even more, like, to do what you're doing. Yeah, that's how it works, man. When you've got, you need to have already. There's a lie. There's this lie of rags to riches. It's not really true. It's gunshot to riches, really. Just to be honest, to make something, you need something. That's the truth. You need backers. You need something in the pot already to hold you down while you're doing it. It's just like if you're gonna farm, you need to be able to eat while you're farming. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need something in the tank first while you're building to do something. You can't farm and ain't got no food. By the time the food grows, you'll be dead.
Yeah, exactly. Or like vineyards. Remember, went to a vineyard up, and what did the woman say? She was like, "A vineyards in this world is a billionaire's game because you ain't making money for time."
Oh, coffee beans are like that.
Right.
When you plant a coffee bean tree, you won't get nothing from it for 5 years. So what are you gonna do? You have to have something down. You know, you can't make. That's why sharecropping was set up, and they were murdering Jake with the sharecropping, because how can you have nothing to start something? It don't work like that. Even the Israelites, when we came out of Egypt, did the Lord bring us out of Egypt with nothing?
We spoiled the Egyptians.
You had to have something, man.
Yeah.
You can't just start from nothing. You gotta have something in your pocket, man, to get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
The Lord gave us startup capital. Yeah.
And Jake squandered it.
So Esau's got all this corrupt economic theories and economic mechanisms set up, man.
That's not how he runs his. That's not how he gets it.
Credit default swaps and all this crap that they're doing down central London, basically just robbing grannies, robbing money out of the economy. The LIBOR scandal, they were taking billions out of the economy, and you can't explain it to the average person. But they'll speak loftily like as if we're doing something, we're helping, we're improving the world. No, you're not, man. You just scum. Oh no, somebody burn inside.
They speak loftily. They set their mouths against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore, his people return hither, and waters of full cup are longed out to them. And they say, how does Most High know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world, they increase in riches.
Yeah, they increase in riches, and that's what you call generational wealth. Was it Jeremiah 50:7? One of them verses, it tells you that they grew as fat as the heifer. the destroyers of the Lord's people. That like you was speaking about the welfare system and all that. You know, the commodity and that. Jake was the commodity during the slave trade, man. These that was made us work for free. It was free labor, and they was making all kinds of trillions and all that off the backs of those slaves, man.
Yeah, you're
Selling
gonna
them on
return the
stocks
favor.
and
But Jake still is the commodity.
Jake's still a commodity.
It's like they can use Jake to generate money for themselves, so they still do it. Like when you go to do a job, when you're an employee, you're a commodity. You know? Someone's using you and they're compensating you, but no one's gonna pay you what you're generating. They don't want to pay you what you're generating because what's the point of employing? If your employer can afford to pay you £11 an hour out of your work, they're making a lot more than £11 an hour.
Yes.
Otherwise, there's no point in hiring you.
Now they just said they're going to raise up they just raised it up to level 44 or something like that.
Yeah.
You're making 100 times with your.
Yeah, of course. Like, look at the guy in basketball. There's people getting, he's got $220 million. If they can afford to be paying all these basketballers, right, what they're paying them, how much money do you think they're making as a whole? The sponsor, if Nike can sponsor you and give you 60 million to sell some trainers, how much do you think Nike is making off them trainers? They're making dumb money. That's why they can give you that 60 mil, and you think, 60 mil. You know why you think that? Because you still thinking you're so new to money. You think 60 mil is like the craziest money you've ever heard of, and they're gonna tax you half of that on top of that.
Yeah.
They're gonna take half of that off the top anyway. Like
they make it 600
Jake, Esau done been dealing in the billions like it's nothing. I remember when I was working with Aeon, man, were there doing insurance deals, and they were talking about hundreds of millions like it was casual. Like, 100 million. I'm like, what the fuck? 100 million, like, yo, Esau is able to use Jake, use people to make a lot more money than people think. The college football, I was watching something, the guy was talking about college football, the amount of money that college football generates, they don't give them youths nothing. And they're getting, them colleges are raking in the peas and still charging people bad dumb money for the damn degrees, bro. Esau's a
Penn State University Stadium is
pedophile still.
It's bigger than I think all of England stadium, professional stadiums, bigger than England's
Bro,
national stadium.
I didn't even realize. I started watching because of Coach Prime. Because of Coach Prime, I watched a couple of them, and I was like, "Yo, they take this shit. See, like this is like big football in England. Like the way the man are dealing with it. So much of money they're generating week in, week out. Yeah. Esau's on a different level, man. But that's all right, because we're gonna be on the big boy level real soon, and they're going down, man.
Yeah, like I said, man, you're gonna repay the favor, man, because you know you're gonna be our commodity. You know, we're gonna put you to work, and you're gonna build our cities. You know.
Yeah, you're gonna be our human resource. You're gonna be there for our profit. We're gonna be making the profit, man, of you, man. Your hard labor.
Yeah, I got some. Jeremiah 49:12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, those whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken, and art thou he that shall not altogether go unpunished.
Because you're the wicked, man. And see, we were wicked and we were punished, right? But you've been wicked and you're gonna be punished, man. You've been wicked, you've not been good. I know. Obviously, you got Captain America, and you got Superman, and all these comic books which are designed Iron Man and the Avengers, and you know you can make it look like America represents goodness and righteousness, and you know the president gets up there as inauguration, my fellow Americans, one nation under God, and you know all this bullshit. But the reality is that you the devil that the Bible speaks of. You're Satan, man.
The deception is getting cut off now, man. Everyone's waking up to the fact you're just the greatest deceiver. This is why we've been calling you the devil.
Soulless corporatism, man. These corporations fooling the people, putting poison in the food.
Because even this bitch, what's her name, Lady Lynn Rothschild, Brother Elder Ramar did the sit down a few weeks back, 2 weeks back. She came out on the news saying, yeah, we need to digitalize everything, man. We need to make AI to take control of private and public industries, man. So she was just coming out saying, look, man, we need to get this new world order cracking at the cost of everything, man. And even if people start to, you know, be impoverished and start dropping dead, we need to get this AI thing cracking, man. Like we need AI to control everything.
Which is just another Edomite, man.
Yeah.
The AI
But
is
she
another
comes from that
Edomite.
offspring, that family offspring of those top devils, you know, that cabal.
Yeah, that's right.
And this is their plan. This is part of the agenda. And they don't care who gets slaughtered in the process, man. They just really don't
They've
care.
never cared, man. Look at if you look at the products that are aimed at children, it's all devious and demonic. McDonald's is aimed at children. All these products for years were filled with sugar to get your children addicted to sugar so that they could buy it. And they knew that. They knew that that amount of sugar wasn't good for them. But all they cared about is the fact that your children will be addicted to it and they can make profits. This soulless cigarettes, nicotine. It's the soulless corporatism. They talk about ethics department. There ain't never been no ethics, man. It's always been demonic. Place got to go.
I'll read it again.
The man said they didn't have a risk. They didn't have a risk department.
Back in Jeremiah 49:12, it says, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Bozrah shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be a perpetual waste.
Yeah, that's gonna happen eventually when this war goes down. When this war kicks off, man, the Lord is gonna use them to a big part to destroy their own cities and their own thing. And then the Lord's gonna come with the chariots and finish it off. The Lord's gonna completely destroy everything they put their hand to build, to rest upon. The Lord is gonna break down and destroy, man. You know, everything. And there's a lot of building going on. Like even in London, man, there's a lot of building going on. They're building, they're refurbishing and building. The Lord's gonna destroy all of that, man.
Definitely.
Because it's all based upon wickedness, man, and evil.
Yeah, because the Lord said, even though though they build, the Lord said He's going to throw down.
Yeah, yeah, Malachi chapter 1 verse 3 says, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call in the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever.
That's right, man. And it's gonna be a beautiful thing when these devils get shut up, man. When you ain't gotta hear them talking no more. When they're not walking around here with a proud look, with that proud look, man.
Then become the infamy of the people. Like we're the infamy. It tells you in Ezekiel, we're the infamy of the people. But you're gonna become the most hated, most down, like most degraded, the most despised person on the face of the earth. That's why it tells you in Isaiah 40, the nation's gonna be hissing at you. They'll be like, who's this? This the man. This piece of shit.
Because despite his devilry, man, they still kind of look up to you in a way. Because you're in the power seat.
Yeah, everyone's scared of it. Everyone at one point was scared of you, but now everyone, you're not the only one with that nuclear capability. Now you got Iran bragging and boasting about the hypersonic missiles they're getting. You know, everyone's getting the bomb now. Everyone's getting that nuclear weaponry so they can shoot missiles on your ass when it's all said and done.
Yeah, it's disgusting, man. You trying to convince everyone. And you know the truth is about this LGBT transgender thing. The reality is the majority of people ain't with it. They just don't want to say it, man. Like a lot of people
down your throat,
in the workplace, when man come in the workplace with them mad pronouns, like you see the look on, like
don't make
man
sense.
are not with it. Like the majority of people are like, and then they don't want to say nothing because it's like, bro, like, but then when they feel comfortable, they'll say it. Like this is some bullshit. Like what the hell is man talking about with this? What's wrong with this person? But it's just like, and the world is looking at it like that. Like, what's wrong with this guy? Like, how is he trying to promote this now? He's got to go, man.
It just don't make sense. It's just
Sir and Zim and all this foolishness, man. What do you think?
It's just like the anti-Semitic thing. Like if you say anything against them so-called small hats, then you're anti-Semitic this, anti-Semitic that. But you know, everyone's coming to the realization that you just always trying to control the narratives, man.
Well, they're losing control of the narrative.
Yeah.
They lost control. They're losing control. It's so bad now that the whole media companies are even selling out and bringing man onto the like Pierce is just been having
changed his tune now, man.
He's still the devil, but he's bringing these people on the show and they're exposing a lot of shit on the show. And people are watching it, man.
Before he was like, he was agreeing with the Israeli situation, like, they have to retaliate, they have the right to it and all that. But then he started to realize, because people keep coming on saying you're killing children and all that, they're just massacring children. Like, then he had to
and
change
them things are going viral, man.
It's going viral. So he had to change his tune. Now he's trying to go like to say Israelis have been making things up. They've been lying.
Ben Shapiro, he's
Ben
finished.
Shapiro,
He's
even
finished, man.
Andrews getting on him, like saying that Ben Shapiro's just a war.
Ben
war
Shapiro's
monger.
finished, man. And a lot of people were riding with him because he was anti-LGBT. And
He's a
now
small hat.
they just, yeah, he's a demon, man.
Small hat rat. It always comes back. And that's why Andrew was saying what he was saying about him, man. He's exposing them as well. But everyone's coming to the realization that you devils are just, you're not right for the world, to rule the world, man. You're not supposed to be in the rulership seat. Everyone's coming to that realization, man. You know, and sooner or later, everyone's going to be shooting their missiles on America,
Yeah,
man.
people are even waking up to feminism.
Yeah,
Feminism has been dealt bad blows in the last 2 years. Like a lot of women are waking up to that feminism is bullshit, man. A lot of people are waking up to all this bullshit that Esau's been pushing up. It's just that if you watch the mainstream media and the movies, it will look like that's what people are on. But all these movies now, nobody wants to watch them because it's just pushing all this bullshit. Nobody cares. Nobody, even the women, don't care. They don't want to watch. The women want men. They want to see a man with some muscles do some manly things. They don't want to see some woman fucking doing manly things. No one cares.
The Marvels, that shit was terrible.
Yeah, that shit. Nobody was watching that. That's why Disney's losing money because they keep trying to push all this wokeism, and the majority of people are like, "No, this bullshit now."
Now they got Madam Web coming. That's for the tank as well.
Oh yeah,
That's terrible. That's Spider-Woman's coming up. Like,
yeah, it's terrible.
Everyone's getting tired. No one wants to see a woman being like superheroes, man. No one wants to see that shit, man. They just had it up to like they just about had it with Black Widow. You know,
Black Widow was hard.
she was just about it, but then after that, you can't do that shit, man. All this Marvel shit. No one wants to see that shit, man. That's it, man.
Obnoxious characters, man.
Yeah, man.
Pushing feminism, man.
Clueless or something. One of them type of movies.
It's crazy.
Stacey Dash.
Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 15. Say, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink. And these drinks are these philosophies, man. He's fed the world with all this fucking madness, man. And people are having to drink it because they've been told if you don't drink it, you know, it's like, something gonna happen to you, man. You
you're anti-Semitic.
Yeah, that's why
you hate this or
that's why they gotta get rid of the free speech. Because they don't want people to talk the thing and understand. Because most people they think something, but they don't want to say it. They don't want to say it because it's like if you say it, you're gonna offend someone, and they're gonna be onto your case.
Everyone's becoming more sensitive.
and lose their job.
Yeah,
So, man,
super
super
sensitive.
for racial.
Don't tell Charlie Charles to write that. He said he's wanted to die for free. He said he's wanted to go to jail or die. Free speech. Charles to write, you know. Super.
Yeah, it's true. I've been in trainings where they're trying to tell us we can't say ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in the room is like, what? This is so sensitive. This is some bullshit. They weren't. You think the way they'll make it look like everyone was like, yeah, we need to do. No, most men are like, this is bullshit, man. What are you talking about? We can't say ladies and gentlemen. Fuck off. We're gonna say it anyway.
It still makes sense, man.
Bullshit.
Men can't be men no more, man. It's ridiculous, man.
Women can't be women either. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It says, woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken.
That's what Esau's done. That's what Esau's done with democracy and all this bullshit.
Yeah,
He's forcing it down people's throats, man.
this toxic
all that shit.
like they're bringing up all these weirdo art, and it's only getting worse, and it's getting so bad now that people are like, this is crazy, like Sexy Red and all this stuff, and even this Ice Spice thing. No one ain't really rating her, really.
She's supposed to be going up for a Grammy and all that, like.
Bro, she be
This is
going at
ridiculous,
show. I've been
man.
seeing her at shows here, and the crowd is just there, like, yo,
She can't
like,
even perform,
this
bro.
is some joke thing, like. But it's the elites. They just pushing more and more whores. Like, and so the next one is just gonna be butt naked out there, like it's a strip show, and it's just like, this is crazy.
Some crosses on the tits or something.
Yeah. It's just pushing all this toxic shit, man. It's like, bro, like, it's gone too far now.
No talent, bro.
No, it's not even no talent to it.
That's why I even say Ecclesiastes, the daughters of music, shall be brought low, man.
It's
Music's
crazy.
terrible now.
They're gone too far with it, man. Everything's just disgusting, man. Just destroying the people. And there is a counter movement against it all now. There is people waking up to the bullshit and like, this is bullshit because it ain't working. Because all this bullshit that Esau's feeding to the people, it's destroying the people, and everyone can see it. It's 2023. It's destroying the family. It's destroying the children. Everything's destroyed. Everything he's pushed out there that we're supposed to follow and is supposed to be popular It's destroying everyone. They
That's
use
why-
them out of control.
That's why we set new bullshit and new order, new law.
Yeah.
This is
World order.
Yeah.
Yeah, how it shines in the world order.
This is, they make us seem drunken. They make us seem drunken also that thou mayest look on their nakedness. 'Cause it was naked, man.
Yeah.
It was in a shameful condition.
And then they could turn around and point out, oh, look at the black women. They're this, and look at the niggas like that. What you did that. You through the popular culture and the media and all these different things and sellouts that you paid off to bring in all this toxic ideology. You did that. The state of the so-called Negro to this day, that is partly your hand that came in and pushed toxic philosophy on our people. So you could turn around and say, oh, look at them though. They're not, but no, you the one that went in there and put that in.
They even came out in an article a week or so. They said that the whole hip hop thing, like Esau made that up to basically turn Jacob into a degenerate. Man. And it's worked. He turned Jake into a bunch of degenerates. That's why you got Jake running around talking about gang this and gang that, with half their pants hanging off their ass, talking shit, disrespecting their parents, being niggas in the street. Like there's no respect no more. Remember back in the day, there used to be respect between the generations. You used to have a thing called olders and youngers. That shit don't exist no more. These little young rats, bro, they're disrespecting the olders more than anyone, man.
It's straight out of Compton shows you that film. Because at first Jake weren't really with the whole gangster rap thing at first.
Yeah, Esau called that.
No.
With the school hats.
You know what they did? So what they did was they did the reverse psychology. Esau, when Esau said he was gonna ban it, then they tried to run it, make it like Esau didn't want it. And then Jake started backing it. Oh, well, you can't stop us from doing what we want to do. But it's true. There was a lot of Jake that were against R&B at first, because R&B was doing all that sexualization, and they were protesting against gangster rap. And then so Esau basically found a way to silence them, because he wanted that.
Well, that's how that was Edward Bernays. That's how that similar logic he used to get women smoking. He said, "Don't let a man tell you can't smoke."
And Esau's psychology, man.
Oh, that's good.
You know, there's a scripture as well. Well, he sorts, he goes out there, did a search, you know,
How to manipulate.
Yeah, he knows how to get to people, man. Divide and conquer. These all tactics he uses, man, constantly on a daily basis. You know, so he knows how to get you Jake to do things, man, even against your own interests. He knows how to do it.
Self-destructive behavior, man.
Jake says that this is the most degenerate Jake has ever been in society. Jake is totally gone, man. If it weren't for the elect, man, they would having a remnant. Jake will be free, man. Like, cause these niggas, they don't even recognize. They're nothing like how they was in the ancient. They're totally two different specimens, right? Yeah, totally two different types of people right now, man. Like, if you could go back into a time machine, you'd be astonished at what you saw in the ancient world compared to how Jake is behaving now. Totally straight up balls in the wild net, man. It's totally just degenerate, and like beasts. And the women, they're not even women no more. These women don't even want to cook and clean for their men, man. They don't want to like make a sandwich for their husband. Even that's too much for them now.
No, they're
asking for too much.
They want to be men now.
But then at the same time, they're telling you where you can't take them for a date. You can't even walk a bitch in the park, man. She'll look down upon you.
Nothing.
Can't even have a picnic no more.
Bro, that's the nigga. The sad thing is that's the bitches that niggas want. Niggas don't want the girl that's gonna be
average, innit?
They want the bad bees. Like, they want the crazy bitches.
Bad bee
they don't want Sarah from the library. She's boring. They want the bad bee that's just acting like a demon, with red hair.
Got bare STDs.
The IG models, man. That's what man want.
And majority of them got hella STDs, man.
Yeah, it's dangerous out there, man.
All kind of been using their views, man, getting shit and pissed on and all that.
Jeremiah 2 from verse 20 and 21 says, "For of all time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bands, and thou sayest, I will not transgress. When upon every high hill and over every green tree thou wanderest playing the harlot, yet I planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed."
Yeah, and Ezekiel the 25th chapter talks about Jake being as like dross, man. Like Jake has just become a total like the dross. It's become impure, wicked as all hell. You know, that's why you got these degenerates and ROI rejects of Israel, you know, doing videos of them eating pork and shit.
Yeah,
man.
what's that all about, man?
rejects of Israel.
You
can't even justify that shit, man. That is a straight up wickedness, man. But Jake will follow that shit because you know Jake is simple as hell. You know, Jake will see that and think, oh yeah, I can eat.
Yeah, because they want to eat it.
That's it.
They want to eat it, man. They find an excuse to eat it. But that's madness, man. That is actually insanity.
And then they put it up there for all Israel to watch.
Yeah, and then you got the nerve to talk about. You got the nerve to talk about your King David. You must be out your damn mind.
There's a lot of insane people in this world right now. That's what you realize. A lot of demonically possessed, infested individuals in this world, man. It's crazy.
It's alright, man. That's why judgment's coming, man. The Lord's gonna bring some mad. 2024, man. We're saying it like the Lord's gonna open up the gates of death, man. Them death angels are gonna be out here roaming the streets, man. It seems like, man, because the Lord's gonna be pouring out mad judgment next year. They just feel it in the air, man.
That's what I was going to say. A lot this year we've had, and this is how crazy it's been over the last year, because just the other day, 10,000 people got washed away in a flood. We've forgotten about it.
What?
You remember it was in not Afghanistan. It was in one of them where the dam broke. Was it Morocco?
Oh yeah,
the dam broke and like 10,000 people got wiped out overnight. You just dead, just like that, bam. But it's because so much is happening and so much has been happening over the last however long, right? Like things that would have normally been news cycles for months, are like a few
getting
days.
lost in the wash.
That's crazy. People are becoming desensitized as well.
Yeah,
all the violence,
there's so much happening all the time.
It's a norm now.
To keep your attention, it has to be real wild, isn't it?
This is the new normal. Finish that, bro?
So like, no, was it? So it says, verse Jeremiah 2:21. I planted thee a noble vine, a holy right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?
Yeah, right now, you know, in 2023, man, they, you know, is degenerate. We're in a degenerate world under a degenerate master, which is Esau. Yeah. Degeneracy, especially sexual degeneracy, that's what it's all about now. That's the name of the game. Yeah. The name of the game is just pure low level, base level degenerate behavior. Like the standards are all in the mud. The standards are all in the mud. There's no class anymore. Well, how can there be when these people consider to be nobles and people of class? Just look at them. Look at their lifestyles. Look at the way they live. Look at their family structure. Look at them. Look at T.I. Look at that goofy little son he's got, man. And they're meant to be the man that's up there among our people. So
look up to them,
you know what I mean? It's wild, man. Magic Johnson, look at his son. Dwayne Wade, look at, you know what I mean? Like, these people are degenerate, man. The whole thing is degenerate, man. We're supposed to be a people of class, of order, of cleanliness, man. Right now, it's just disorder, man. Dirty people, like, that's what you see going on out here, man. Gal are just out here, you know, they got children from 2 brothers, all kind of crazy shit is going on, man. Wild shit, man.
So Proverbs 12:26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, right? We're meant to be. We're meant to have standards, man. Most High gave us a law to conduct ourselves by that made us separate and better than the other nations, man. We're meant to be upholding ourselves with some kind of, you know, respectableness, for lack of a better word, man.
Standards, man.
You know, and we don't. We fail badly,
especially off to the back of this fun thing.
But they still want to call themselves kings and queens and all this shit. But you fucking terrible, man. Yeah. You don't deserve such titles right now.
Niggas do anything for fun nowadays. Now the fun has gone too far, man. This idea of fun, and then grown-ass people ain't supposed to be chasing fun anyway. You got men that are grown and their whole mindset is about having fun. These men, women, they just out here now. That's why niggas like celebrating Halloween wearing monster costumes, man. And in the UK, like when I was doing that back in the black man, listen, but you couldn't come home and with your mom in no damn fucking damn fucking Halloween suit, man. You imagine that, man, coming home and on some Halloween thing, man. Your grandmother would slap the shit out of you, man. What the fuck you doing? Now Niggas are all involved. Oh, it's just some fun. Niggas is all
Grown-ass people.
Grown-ass people, man.
That's like kids, man.
I say, Jake won't respect, man, but then do something respectable, innit?
Halloween and
These
all
man
that
acting
shit.
like fools, man. You know? There's all kinds of dumb shit. People look at you like, what the fuck you doing,
People
man?
are just doing things for likes now. You know, attention's like the biggest
Degrading
currency.
themselves, man.
Attention's the
Feeling
biggest
improved,
currency right now. So anyone you get on the TikTok, they want to be an influencer now. They just do things. They do the extreme things just for attention and likes, man. Like you just do, and the women forget about it.
Oh, man.
Every fucking teenager, their aspiration now is to be on OF. Every girl wants to be a prostitute now, basically. That's what you're doing when you go on a webcam and turn your webcam and skin out your fanny in front of the camera.
And it's there forever.
You're basically an online prostitute. That's what you're doing. But that's the aspiration of a teenage girl now. You ask what you want to be. I want to open an OF account. That's the aspiration.
And be broke.
Yeah.
And his parents are starting their kids off young with the whole like social media. So I've got set a video in the morning, and it's like a mum, and it's like, oh, look at what my baby's doing. It's like,
Leave your baby alone, man.
Leave your baby alone, because you don't understand there are freaks in this world, man.
So that social media is part of that witchcraft cycle, man. Esau used that social media to just
Driving people crazy.
Yeah.
That attention-seeking thing. People are doing
nuts,
weird shit, man.
That's the same shit they've been doing.
Weirdos, man.
Well, like Mizzy, like look at that
Mizzy
guy,
running
man.
up in niggas' houses and shit.
Weird.
You're lucky you never got killed or anything like that.
That shit is stoned. Public stoned.
Yeah, weird shit, but then they can monetize themselves because the society's so weird now that as long as you're getting attention, it doesn't matter what the attention is, you can monetize it because you're getting the views in it. And that's what really matters now. It doesn't matter whether what you're getting views for is good or bad.
Bringing traffic to
So
YouTube,
now you just
YouTube pay you.
Yes, you just be controversial as possible. It pays to be controversial now and just be shameful and do all kind of man. Whether it's, even if it's fake or true, it doesn't matter. It just pays. So we live. That's a weird society now. So you can now monetize just being waste.
Waste.
You know what I mean?
Folly,
But look at this look at Blueface and Blueface and Christian Rock, man. That's gotta be the most toxic relationship. Two of the most toxic and damaged people, but they're millionaires, basically.
Yeah, for doing stupid
For
shit.
being damaged, and now there's even a child involved. And so you got people that are literally, they're soulless, damaged creatures, but they're monetizing their own destruction. That's how I can put it. You can now monetize your own self-destruction.
Yeah, and people will pay attention to it.
And then people think that's a good. How could it be good? You're destroying yourself for money. Well, the money's not going to save you.
That nigga Blueface, he was caught on live stream with his child and a bunch of strippers in the house dancing and all that.
Yeah,
His child was looking for food and
he a wild
he was
dude.
running
Man.
in the house looking for food. Something to
Oh,
eat.
that dude is toxic. He's toxic.
He's
Christian's
demon, man.
toxic.
They're
His
all
mother's
demons.
toxic. His mom is somewhere if you want to open up an OnlyFans on his birthday.
Oh, man.
And like, it's just
demons,
like,
man.
this is crazy.
I thought the Kardashians was bad.
Yeah, but you know,
These are the
they're like the kind of start of it, though, isn't it? These reality shows, they're not the start of that. You know what I'm saying? They set the precedents for these later editions of these degenerates. You know?
Because they're all scripted as well.
Yeah.
And they all tell you it's all for entertainment, man. But this
Bro,
is causing
the
Jake to
world
just
didn't
turn
even
into-
blink when my man exposed that the mom reviewed 3 different sex tapes to release.
Kim's mum.
Like that should have been a nuclear bomb. How can a mother have a daughter? Do you know what that is?
Managers.
That's causing everything, man.
And you reviewed the tape.
Yeah.
Couple of times, bro.
You reviewed the tape and
choose the best
selected
one.
which one to release. Your own daughter getting,
But mashed up.
and you reviewed the tape.
That's weird.
That shows you she's a straight up
Can
witch.
you imagine? Like that is crazy, bro. But the world didn't even blink, and they're still on Disney. That's wild. Disney don't even want blood in their programs, but they'll have these lot. There you go, man.
The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them.
Right, Jake is seduced by the way of the way of the world because it's childish, especially when it seems like it's fun, you know, or it's gonna get you money. Now our people are seduced by money and fun and luxury, and they're willing to destroy themselves to achieve these things, man. And then the people who are even getting these things are empty souls. Like Britney, look at Britney, man. Look at all.
Slap to the face, man.
Yeah.
Backhand
It was his security. Yeah, bro. These people, even when they get the money, they're all empty because they destroyed themselves to get the money. They're destroyed, man. But Esau got these people seduced to follow these philosophies, man, and these ways which are only gonna be self-destructive. They got these women out there being whores, and they're only gonna destroy themselves. There's no good that can come from it. These young men are out here chasing whores or doing other foolishness that only gonna destroy themselves. They just end up being waste man anyway. And we know that so many men, they wasted so much of their time trying to be playboys, trying to do this, trying to do that, and they end up being grown men that are waste man with fucked up, everything fucked up around them. Yeah. It's just bullshit, man. Seduced by evil, you know. The gangsterism. How's that still a thing? How is being in a gang still even a thing? How is selling drugs even a thing? It's 2023 and there's still a man walking around on earth thinking it's cool to be a drug dealer. Like, you're wasting your time. Some pounds of coke. Yeah, selling, bro. You might are going in and out of jail, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is so? And then you're in there with a burner phone doing a music video in jail, bro. What's going on here? How is this still cool? How can a man still come up and act like that's a cool thing to do? Shouldn't we have learned since the movie Paid in Full that it's dumbness? Yeah. From back then, man should know, like, yo, this lifestyle ain't it, yeah? And it's still seducing young men. Young men are still being seduced to this day into like wanting to like be cool, but thinking it's cool to be in a gang. Yeah. And then you sort of crusty old Crips still running around here doing interviews, man. You need to get rid of these niggas, man. It's the OGs. They need to be taken out. Someone needs to take these niggas out, man.
I was shy to take these niggas.
You need to be taken out, man. Seduced.
So I've got to grab this real quick, just on the whole fun thing. This is in reference to the woman. So 1 Timothy 5:6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
Right, because that seeking, that fun seeking, and that pleasure seeking, yeah, will lead you down the road of destruction, man. Life is supposed to be serious, man, and that's what the problem is with a lot of people, right? Is life is a balance of, yeah, there's time when you're gonna have fun, but there's also seriousness. We live in a society that everybody just wants to have fun all the time. They don't want to be serious. That's why a lot of these relationships can't work nowadays, because relationships are based upon they want to have fun all the time. When the reality of life is mundane. Most of life becomes mundane.
You have to go through shit.
You're an adult now. You're gonna get up and just go work. You're not gonna be doing the party every day or doing something exciting all the time.
That's why they're not in relationships no more. They call them situationships.
Yeah, it's
there's
crazy.
no more. Everyone's like, you know, they've got short attention span. No one wants to like.
You're supposed to
long term.
Yeah, you're supposed to pick your times when you have something that happens. But because of social media, it's like the illusion that something needs to be happening all the time and every day, or you can't be happy. That's bullshit.
Everyone else to see.
And it's watching other people that's messing you up in the mind, because you're thinking everyone else. And then there was one person, they did a video, right? And they basically said, yeah, like what social media does is that they had a couple, and when they were doing a selfie, they were like, acting like they were having a good time, yeah? And then as soon as the camera went down, they just bored out of their mind. And it's true. Like parties, if you party all the time, parties become boring. There was a time when I used to go, when I was in uni, man, we used to go out like 5 times a week to the club. Like, I'm not even joking. Like,
freshers, wooden kind of party.
Bro, not even freshers. Like,
no, but every time,
every week, 4 days out of the week, I could tell you the clubs we used to go to. Like, Works on a Monday, Chi Bar on a Tuesday, Works on a Wednesday again, and then, bro, we used to go Oceana on a Thursday. Bro, man did that for like a year and a half straight, yeah. And then there came a point I was in Works one night, and I was standing there with my like double JD and Coke, and I was thinking, this is fucking shit. I'm literally doing the same, and there's no excitement. But you know what? Yeah, like the reason we used to do it is like there was this feeling of missing out. Like if you didn't go out that night, you were missing out on something. And then one day it just hit, man. Like I'm not missing out on anything. I did this, like I've done this, like what is it that's happening? Music and drink and and you know what? After a while, you just stop going out. You don't even want to go out no more. It's like, nah, stop. But that childish mentality of you're missing out on something. So now it's even worse because social media you're just watching people do this, watching people do that faking shit, and you think, oh, I need to be, yeah, you're envious. I need to be living their lifestyle when they're bored and wanting to jump off a bridge anyway.
It's fake. It's all a facade, man. It's all a
spices,
mirage.
isn't it? Yeah, you know, you work out through the spices, isn't it, man? But you know,
It's all
it gets
fake.
boring after a while. You have to go to the next one.
The
Doesn't it?
next spice, yeah.
You know,
You gotta realize life ain't always fucking, you know, it's glamour. Life is boring. So
Gotta take a break
yeah,
sometimes, man.
it's chill.
You gotta chill,
And you
man.
always gotta go through things to get to where somewhere as well.
You gotta
Life
deal
ain't
with the
easy.
ups and the downs.
Yeah,
The ups and downs. That's life.
People don't want to deal with reality no more. Reality is coming, man. Reality is coming to your doorstep very soon. Watch when they bring that chip. Then reality is gonna kick in for you people out here, man. When you saw introduces that chip, you're gonna realize this life ain't what you thought it was.
Gonna be a real self.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 10:6. Folly is said in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
Yeah, this place is about endorsement. Yeah.
Wicked, and wickedness, man. Because you look at all these like these people that are getting famous and getting ratings out here. Yeah, they're just idiots, man.
Yeah,
They're idiots and they're wicked.
and it's like the more dumb you are, the more accolades you get.
Like I
The more
said,
fucking stupid you are.
Blueface and Christian is a perfect example of that. They're super famous, and people literally watching them. What is it? A toxic couple? How come it's not? A husband and wife that's actually like? There are certain celebrities out there that actually have a functional relationship, but they won't get no attention. You know what I'm saying? Like they will just like, but it's the ones that's toxic. They're getting all the attention and
They want Jake to be
You
like,
know, but it's like it's true. All the bosses always talk about, man. Like when there's drama going on, people want to watch.
yeah, entertainment.
But they don't want to get what they need. You know what I'm saying? The truth is what they're here, supposed to be here for. But they're here for the drama, man. So you ain't learning nothing. You ain't picking up nothing. You just be entertained.
Yeah,
But we're not here to be entertainers, you know? We're here to give you the truth. So it's just like the rest of the world. As long as it's entertaining them and it's bringing them drama, they want to watch it, man. They want to look at Big Brother and all this fucking stupidness. You know what I'm saying? But they're themselves becoming more degenerate. The cells are leaking out from their heads, man.
yeah. Like you got these you got the UK version. You know that light skinned bitch. You know there's what that,
Oh,
that
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne. And you know I saw that bitch, man. I saw that bitch, right? Because most of them famous TikTok stars are broke, but I know
course,
the
course.
fucking
Trying to be like Maya Jama. and
she
all
was
that.
on. I saw her at Baker Street busting to the gate line. She was broke. She can't even pay for it. She bust the gate line. She bust the gate, man. And you know
And she's a grown woman now. She's old. She's kind of old, isn't it? She busting the gates.
No, she's young. She's a young thing, man. But she's and then she's just toxic. That whole situation there. They're but hoes and they're having sex on camera and all kind of stuff. They're doing all kind of weird shit, yeah. And it's all toxic, but they're famous, like you know what I'm saying? But someone that's on TikTok showing you how to eat right or showing you how to do something productive, they'll get no views, but they'll get like 10 views. You know what I mean?
So I was just thinking, even like then, was it Dr. Birdman? He got shut down on this, man, for the YouTuber.
Trying to push a positive message. He's still ain't gonna have that. You're gonna shut your shit down, man. He wants negative.
We just divert the algorithm.
Yeah. People don't want to watch it, man.
Well, but that's a good point of mates. They'll just change the algorithms. People think that like someone like KSI, corny as hell. Corny as hell. However, the algorithm is the one that put him there.
Even like I was thought that those sidemen niggas, man. They get millions of Chunky and all them guys. They get millions of money. They get millions and millions of views. I'm like, who's watching these?
Bro,
guys?
you know what? Sometimes I ain't gonna lie. I come across some random dude, and they're actually funny. And I think to myself, I look at the following that man has, and I'm thinking, bro, your following's dead, but the guy's naturally funny. So how the hell is KSI? Like KSI, I think he got autism or something. For me, I think he's like retarded. He's like, it's weird, bro. It's like a weird dude. And I'm thinking, but the algorithm has just got these goofy dudes. Yeah, getting hyped up, man.
Because
The white man's going to be the ones that chose.
legit. Because they can use the algorithms to make people think they're genuinely doing something good. But let's say you got someone like KSI who does like a genuinely good video. The algorithm's gonna say, nah, that ain't getting any views. So what you're gonna do mentally, you're gonna be like, well, that topic doesn't get views. These topics get views. So you just go and it feeds you down the path.
He's so life's distracting.
Yeah. Well, have
Loves distracting.
bread and circus.
yeah, fun and remaining is distracting. You know, the Latin roots basically have distraction, be distracted.
This place is all about bread and circus, especially now. Because this place is falling apart. It's all about
Oh.
folly and bread and circus.
24 hours.
Yeah, that's all it is now. It's a cycle of entertainment now, man. What's the next thrill people
Yeah, shaking their ball.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Second Ezra 15:6. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their artful works are fulfilled.
Yeah, that goes into the philosophies, it goes into like the actual pollution, you know, just destroying everything and everybody. You know, Esau is the propagator of all these things, man. He's supposed to be the smart guy, bringing all this to the world, right? You know, bringing the West to the world. But look at what it's producing.
Yeah.
Degeneracy, man.
That's it. Straight up wickedness.
And all these other, you know, these more ancient, you know, from the East and that kind of stuff, their ways of living are being destroyed by the West and their things, man. It's not really welcoming, but like, you know, they got McDonald's here and they got, you know, this, you got fucking more about twerking and shit now. You got all kinds of things going on. But it's destroying the fabric of society. It's, you know, it's destroying life as it's supposed to be. You know?
I always had my tutor was with my tutor, and I just had to ask her. So I was like, you know, there's like how I've been watching like TV programs, and they're talking about things that are in Korea that I would thought are unacceptable. She was like, you know what? They said the same thing that happened here, where it was rapid, is happening over there, where the media they're pushing certain things. And like I'll be watching something, and then they'll just throw in something just out of the blue. I was like, what? That didn't need to be there. But why was it there? To push that idea that these things are accepted.
Incrementalism.
Yeah.
That's how Esau's died. He's brought it in over and over a period of years, man.
Get the younger
Until you get used
generation.
to it. Yeah, they get hooked in the shit. And now you can't, you know, oh, you love your son, right?
Yeah,
You know?
that's what it was,
Yeah, so if he wants to be a girl, just
I don't.
one son. you know. So they make you the enemy. Is that, you know, if you feel that way, and so you have to support this bullshit. You have to go with the fucking these spaghetti alphabet movements, man.
You know, even Sleepy Joe came out and said one of his speeches saying that if the 8-year-old decides to want to change his sex, everyone should just encourage him
Yeah, and
to
that's
do
wrong.
so. That's straight
That's
up
wrong,
demon. Wickedness, man. You know, 'cause he wants to kill him for that little kid's anus. That's why he's saying
Probably take the penis.
put in his back pocket.
Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Yeah, kids not supposed to be growing up thinking about what sex I want to be from the age of 5 years old, man. What kind of shit? That's wickedness, man.
But you see, Esau manipulated because when he took away, you know, he made it where in the economy the woman has to work, and it's very difficult, man. Like I never had this life for a while. Now that I've got this life, when both parents have to work, right? When you really break it down, if both parents are working full time, like remember the most important time is the child's years, the early years, right? You got people that they're having a child. The woman is basically with the child for like what's the maternity leave like? Maybe a year at the most. Yeah. Then they have to go back to work. So instantly, right? The child is spending next to no time with both parents.
8 hours out of the day,
They're with other people, and they're mainly now sitting there watching TV. So they're watching TV and they're with other people, right? And then the woman's got depression because of mother's guilt, which is a natural thing. A lot of these women have got mother's guilt, having to leave their kids to go to work. It's mad. And then you got to pay all this money for this childcare and all this kind of stuff. But then Esau has them now. And then now they're going to be doing that. Then they go into school, and they're going to be in school from like 8 till 3 o'clock. Like so they can be influenced by the system. So they're teaching them all this wokeism in the school and teaching them all this bullshit history. And there's nothing you could do because at the end of the day, you're telling them to go to school and listen to what they say. You can't. It's hard to tell your child constantly trying to correct the school because now the child's confused. Am I supposed to listen and learn what they say at school, or am I supposed to listen to what you say? And if those are two different things, then why you even got me there?
Yeah.
And it's true. It's a confusion.
It's funny because Boss held the car last night with the Dallas camp. He was saying that, you know, if you got the fortitude to do it, You should
homeschool.
homeschool your children,
Yeah.
man. You were saying that in Dallas last night.
No, but it's true because
You
when
know,
you don't
Brother Jake saying
homeschool
like that, yeah.
your kids, they're not yours. You train up a
Yeah.
child in the way that you can't train it. You can only train a child if they're with you.
Yeah, exactly.
When they're not with you, every hour that they're getting with someone else is they're becoming someone else. They're getting another influence from the other kids or from something else, right? And that's how a big part of how we've gotten here, a massive disconnect between generations.
Yeah.
Because what's happening is the younger generations are being raised by their peers and the system, and not so much by their parents.
And that's
The
another
parent
thing.
system and the media.
That's another thing that feminism brought in, man.
Yep.
Because women felt like they had to go work, right? But they go. Esau made them go work.
Yeah.
You know.
But
Charging taxes and then,
now,
no,
even if you don't want to go work, you have to because the rent.
It's mad.
It's mad.
It's mad.
You can't. A man can't earn it unless you're a top done, like you're a footballer or something. You can't live with your woman. Not your woman's got to work somehow.
But it's so fucking talking about how expensive it is. It's like certain times, like a woman's going to work, but it's just about adding because everything else goes to the nursery.
Yeah, because of the childcare.
Yeah,
costs.
it's expensive. I remember something you said years ago though, where it's like this is like the first generation where children spend most of their time with other children.
Yeah.
As
They're
opposed
with
to
other
adults.
children, and now it's even worse. They're with other children and social media,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
other children on social media. So it's just mad. Their mind here is totally disconnected from the generation above. They're not learning nothing from their grandparents. They're not learning nothing from. All they're learning is just literally school and social media and KSI and that. So these kids are completely disconnected, and that's how Esau broke the link between the previous generation and the next generation.
Yeah.
It's mad because you're supposed to be being raised by your parents. You're supposed to having good quality time with adults that you know that are teaching you this is how things are done. This is how they're watching you.
Now the system's raising.
Now the system and media is raising them. Disney Plus and Netflix is raising the kids. And the truth is, you kind of have to have it like that, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you come home from
That's
work,
society
you
wants.
can't
do
be
that.
minding these kids, but
By the time you
gotta
get
sit
home,
in
you're
front of the
tired, you want to eat your food, go sleep, wake up next morning, go back to work again. It's a cycle.
it's
This
true.
is a cycle of death, man.
Ain't nobody got the
Esau-
time to be a parent no more, man.
You designed it that way.
You're stressed out. You want to
Murder.
chill, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
just go on Netflix. Just watch that.
Hey, you got the tablet.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Because there was a time, you see it was like where so in The Simpsons, they actually said it's in The Simpsons, they've got that big ass house, right? And you've got 2 kids, a car, a mum doesn't work. But that's basically the reason why they set it up like that. Is like back then, that was possible on a because I think it's just like it was like a skilled labor, if you will. But it's like that was possible.
You want you to stay at home with the baby.
Exactly. Yes, with 3
Homer
kids.
was out there working in factories and
Yeah.
doing all that dumb
Now
shit.
in London, yo,
Forget about
listen,
it.
blood, your woman's got to work twice, blood. Yeah, you got to work twice. And then you might be working jobs where you never see each other. She's working days, you're working nights.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
So you're
mad.
not
out
even in a
here.
relationship no more. You're just,
Yeah.
you're just coping, basically.
And the kids are just.
co-parent.
Yeah.
You'd be
Co-parenting.
lucky if they could spend time with their grandmother or something. You know what I mean?
Constantly, you're passing by each other. And you're
Passing ships, they call
That's
it.
it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that live like that, man. It's fucked. But that's how Esau's made it.
But
Man.
this is progressive, right? This is
Yeah.
supposed to be so good for everybody.
And now that's why even in Matthew, they told you that the children are going to betray their parents. Like it's coming to that, like where the children are just going to be relying on what the government
No
says.
natural affection.
They show you that in equilibrium. What's that with equilibrium?
No.
Where the youth snitch on the father or snitch on his mother.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Little
is
youth snitch
Hey,
on the
now
mother.
these kids have got the preschool and the after school club.
Yeah.
So you put so you put them in the school from like 7 in the morning and you pick them up for like 6.
Esau wants to be so longer beyond 16 now. You know, he wants to just study for another 2
And
years.
then I was in school and this teacher's trying to teach my daughter about the wage gap. You know, what the fuck is going on there, man?
Just straight up. That goes further into this man and his witchcraft, man, because it's like, bro, like one, in the UK law, you're not allowed to pay someone less for the same job.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And then she was trying to tell her the female teachers are getting paid less than the male teachers.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is she talking about, man? Demon. Wait till I catch her in the Anyway, go on.
good, sir.
It's Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16. So thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. There ain't no fucking rest now. Damn sure no rest, man. You always stressing about something, man. The old way was simpler. You know, and more cohesive.
Functional. This is dysfunction, man, and that's why the youths, then by the time they get to teenage years now, they're just this generation of teenagers now are just mad, crazy, and disrespectful, and they're out of pocket, man.
That's one of the reasons we moved from the old spot. It was just a whole every week, a whole bunch of young gremlins just coming up, just mocking. we wanted to get a lecture on them.
Back in the day, you would have that. Little gremlins coming up with a group of men talking and discoursing.
They're out of pocket, but this is one of the, because that teenage generation is one of the first generations that has been raised fully with no parents really watching them, and the media that they're consuming is all just mad media. Because when we were growing up, we weren't really consuming that much media at a teenage age. You know what I mean? We were all playing outside.
Definitely with the messages that they were training.
Now they got their phones and they're just on Instagram, TikTok, and that, and it's just mad drama. Just mad drama, constant drama. They're in groups with each other, just chatting shit. Yeah, just and it's just fun, man.
And then something else about these screens as well. Like I work on the computer. I think it fucks up my attention. So I'm thinking about from a young age.
Their brain can't handle normal life at normal pace.
Like all the refresh rates and all that kind of stuff. Your attention span, like you said, can't not do nothing. These people can't sit still. You know, they have to be stimulated all the time now. So they're always looking for something. They're always looking for something, let's say drama to get involved in or whatever, man. You know?
We've got to go back to the old values. They don't learn any values in school. You know, the only value they're learning is false values, like how to respect LGBT. But they're not learning about actual love and how to deal with each other according to the ways of the scriptures. They're not learning that. And the parents ain't got no time to teach them that. They're working, trust me. It's mad.
And if you're taking power away from them so you force anything.
You can't whoop them.
So you can't correct them. It means you can't correct them, isn't it? You know, he goes on to say, but they said we will not walk therein. People don't want to go back to those types of ways, man.
Yeah, they're saying it's old, it's archaic. You know what I'm saying? It's not the way forward. But it's like, then what is the way forward? Because what you're doing ain't working. This is the thing. What is the way forward then? Because what you're doing is obviously not working. It's dysfunctional. The way it worked before was much more towards the production of functional human beings. Human beings today are not functional. They're dysfunctional. They're not fit for purpose, for any purpose that you want to be. These men today are dysfunctional. And the women are dysfunctional, and they get together and form dysfunctional relationships and breed more dysfunctional children. That's all that's happening.
Well, they kept adults as children. These women and men are not growing up, man.
Yeah, the arrested development.
Yeah, people are just turning into like straight up
more emotional, just
turning into straight up robots for the system.
It's crazy. Most people have mental illnesses, man. Literally, they are mental illnesses, man. They got daddy issues, mama issues, drug issues. Half of these people are hooked on drugs. You know.
Oh, one of you watch an American comedian, and then it was like, oh yeah, I've just come out of therapy. I goes, whoa, because they're all in therapy. You know. Everyone's
this is why this place needs to be destroyed. We need the Lord there. This is why we out here. This is why you got the men signing crying around the four ends of the earth. Because this place needs to go, man.
Everyone's on balloons and
they made even that illegal now.
And they're just making it illegal now. It's just this. Like, if I was in the world, you know what I'll be doing right now. Because if you're in the world now, the minute you're going to be making that illegal, that means I just need to go buy up as much as I can now, wait for it to be made illegal, and I'm not selling that for 5 times the price. Because these youths are still going to buy it. They're already hooked on it.
The niggas used to do that on the high street, like that.
Yeah, they're already hooked. So you making it illegal just means that now the gangs are going to get hold of that now. So hold on, it's illegal. It's just going to be like pushing all the drugs now, and you're going to make a lot of money off it because these younger generation, they're hooked on. They want to have balloons when they go out. That's all they do.
Just the birthday parties now. So they want it now. Because also all you see is the canisters around and the gas bottles around, just laying around. Because these men can't clean it off themselves.
We missed that generation. We were on them balloon things.
Yeah, all that shit was like an Edomite thing as well. The way the generations of our people are now, they're just following Esau to a different level, man. Esau used to be about that, living that type of lifestyle, doing balloons, all these type of hyper-intensive drugs, these hallucinogen type drugs and all that. Esau was all that. That was like party drugs. Only rich people could afford party drugs. But now Jake is in that same fucking mix, man. Doing the same wickedness Esau was doing, man. Same party type of drugs, all the mollies and all this shit, like, yeah, all this shit that Esau was on. Now Jake's doing it, man. Jake's just totally taking it to another level.
So wisdom of Solomon 2:1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not a light, our life is short and tedious.
Yeah, that's another thing, man. Like they just want, everyone wants to rush and do everything. You know what I mean? You only live once, so they just want to experience and do everything and just mash themselves up young. And that's why they get old before they. There's a saying on the island, man. She get old before she get young. A lot of man's like between the ages of like 17 and 25, you've already destroyed yourself. Alcohol, everything, because you're not designed to not sleep. They're not getting no sleep. They're just destroying themselves, man, because they don't want to just chill. Take life easy. You live longer and you enjoy it more. They're just destroying themselves, man. These people are going out and drinking so much alcohol, and they're told that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's the culture.
It's the culture, like especially in the UK, you just go out and they're getting sloppy drunk. Like you're not supposed to abuse alcohol like that, man. It's destroying your body, and your body never really recovers from that. It's literally you're doing irreversible damage to your organs because alcohol is a poison at the end of the day when you take it like that. Especially for women, because women biologically can't break down alcohol. They don't have the same level of enzymes to break down alcohol as men have. That's why alcohol affects women more. And even on the bottle, it will show you that. You know, when you buy a bottle of alcohol, you have the recommended units, and the women's units are always less because biologically they can't break it down the same as men. And these women are the worst when it comes to going out and getting sloppy drunk.
You know what I was thinking? Remember back at Oxford Circus? And it'll be this cold, and you have some tarts and some skinny dresses. And I'm like, bro, yeah, it's the demons are rubbing their legs.
Too much. Too much, man. And then basically you destroy yourself. And then so by the time you're in your 30s now, you've got all kind of ailments and sicknesses that you never would have had if you took care of your body when you was young. And I'm guilty of that. That's something that I grew up fucking smoking and drinking and all that foolishness, man. You know, following after the ways of the world, and you pay for it. Now you're older, you're like, shit, man, like I'm fucked, man. But it's my fault. You know, if I didn't drink all that damn alcohol and smoke all that bullshit, then I would have been cool. The junk food and all that, you would have been alright.
That's why it says Micah 2.
But these youths are even worse now. Like they're on a different level.
Micah 2:10, man. That's what come out of my people.
Yeah, so that
place will totally destroy you, man. And that's what it does. Over time, it just destroys you.
Oh, I'm young. You got to live your life. You got to do what. No, man.
You got to set up the life.
That's the mentality these hoes have. These little girls have, and then they're out here just getting ran through by everyone on the block. They get older, and no one fucking wants them. You've been ran through. You got a bad name.
Work with a girl like that. She got married young, didn't work out, but then now she's just a hoe. And then you can tell she's unhappy. She's unhappy.
You're only young once kind of thing, right? And the time you ain't got the responsibilities of being like a proper adult, you know, family, that kind of stuff, that's what you should be building and setting up the life that you know you're gonna have going forward, man. Not abusing yourself and then looking like getting to 30 and 40 years, looking at your life kind of fucked up. You know?
One of the bits of witchcraft Esau pushed on the whole world was this idea of a career, man. You know, now you have bloody women in England, the average age of the first baby is over 30 now. Because these women are just aiming, I need to get my career, I need to get my career, I need to get my career.
Yeah, he's always reading. Tedious, and in the death of a man there's no limit,
Right, so it's just like do what you got to do while you're living. Do as thou wilt, basically, because you only have one life to live. So just do whatever. And a lot of people use that as an excuse for why they're doing some next wickedness. Oh yeah, because as far as they're concerned, listen, man, you only got one life to live here. So if I could sell my soul or do some foolishness to make some money, like, well, at least I get the money and I could do this and I can do that. It's like, bro, like, why you selling your soul for money when you got more than one life to live, man? Life is eternal.
Selling yourself short. You'll end up like you did, man.
Destroying yourself, man. Why? Like, just keep your integrity, man.
Yeah, that's the thing with Jake. Jake, like they don't think about the long term. They want everything now.
Yeah.
Fast, the fast life, fast gratifications and all that. Jake don't want to work for nothing no more. That's why Jake's quick to sell their soul for some FRN notes or some happy meal toys. Like Jake is quick to sell their soul, but they don't realize the consequences of their actions, right? They're going to be held accountable in the end. And the Lord's going to reward you for that. For selling your soul, especially, right?
I would say there's a precept, I forget where it is, how it's properly phrased, but it says, a wise man thinks about his children's children.
Jake don't think about Jake ain't thinking like that. Jake's definitely not thinking about the children.
Oh man, that's a big problem in the society. And the only fan thing is just one exhibit of that. But even niggas, they do all kind of foolishness, man, and they don't ever think about what they're doing and how it's gonna affect their prosperity. They don't care. They don't care about how it's gonna affect their family, the shame they're bringing to no one. Everyone's just doing things in the moment. Like, I'm gonna just do this for me. It's all about me. Selfish, man.
They do think the money is the answer to everything.
Oh yeah.
As long as they get the money, then everything's going to be all right. But that's not how it works. Because a lot of these famous people's children are fucked up, man.
Oh, they're fucked up.
That's why these girls are out there skinning themselves.
Well, all these drug dealers, come on, bro. Every man on the block, their youths are fucked. Their sons are following in their footsteps, and they're going jail next, and their daughters are out here doing the most because they ain't got no family structure. They're fucked, and that's the truth. Even in my family,
father talk shit about the dad, so he's just got a bad stigma. And even if the father was a good guy, he's just got a bad stigma in the household. Anyway, the daughter, the child don't, lost love for them. So they're just out here trying to do their own thing, seeking for love in the wrong places.
It's
and they think they can find it on OnlyFans or by joining a gang or some shit like that.
The damage, man.
The damage is there. Like, so you're supposed to care about like how your actions, carry yourself with honor, man. Don't dishonor yourself because it's gonna affect your children, man. If you do certain things, man. Even in Japan and that, like the way they are, they're heathen. But they're very strict about their behavior and how it's going to affect their family name. That's why suicide rate, well, a lot of these men, if they do a crime and get caught for it, they kill themselves. Just because of the shame of, like, if they steal something and they get caught for stealing, they're known to go kill themselves because of the shame that they're bringing to their family name by being a thief. Because now your family is associated with being the thieves. You know what I mean?
It's like, already earlier.
Not saying you should go kill yourself. I'm just saying they take that shit serious. I'm just saying that's how serious they take it. But we're in this society, people don't give a fuck about how what they do will affect themselves or affect their children in the future. Like, you got grown ass men doing shit on camera, and I'm like, brother, like, how are you gonna do all that foolishness you're doing on the camera? And then what are you gonna say to your youths? Because the first thing your youths are gonna say when you try and correct them is, "Well, you was on crack." It's like you got a mother, these women out here, they're on camera sucking dick and doing all this shit, and then they get pregnant, you have a daughter. I remember one time I was on a bus, and there was this one little girl, she was on a bus, and you could tell she was just a little hoe, and she said it herself. She was like, "Oh, my mom keeps trying to tell me this and trying to tell me that." She can't tell me nothing. She had me when she was 15. So she's already got it in her mind that, listen, I know you was on madness when you were younger. So you can't tell me that. And how much more say when these youths are going to see these things on camera? Because everyone's recording everything. So you got to think to yourself, as a man, like, I see certain, like, one guy I work with, he on camera with makeup on and that. And I was looking at him, even us, man, I'm looking at him, what are you doing, bro? Like, I'm thinking to myself, bro, why? Man was all in drag makeup. No, bro, you got a son. How are you going to then come, you know what I mean? Like, how you going to then... Certain thing a man shouldn't do, man, because you got to think to yourself, bro, when I get children, I don't want them looking back and saying, "Oh, that's what my dad was on, so I'm going to do the same foolishness." So you want to set an example that I'm not going to do that, man.
That's why it's called the land of confusion. America.
This is bullshit, man.
About it, it's push confusion, and they liberate they liberalize it, man. Like they give people liberty to just do what they want. Give women to gather abroad and all that, be sluts and whores. Like they proliferate that in society.
No
Then
shame.
these youngers, that's what they aspire to be. That's why if you ask a young chick who a role model is, she gonna tell you it's a Cardi B or Nicki Minaj or fucking Megan Thee Stallion. She ain't gonna tell you some
At that point,
politician.
she'll shake
She
your
won't
head,
give you no politician's name or anything like that. They don't even know no politicians anymore.
Yeah,
But yeah, but I get your point.
That's who they aspire
Yeah,
to
they're
be. That's what
aspiring
they
to
see.
fool, but all these people, everyone's aspiring to
Be foolish, man.
foolishness, man, and then getting it on camera. And
You
acting
brought the
foolish.
article. I think you said there was a fight broke out between the youth in the school because he found out his mum
Yeah,
was on fucking OnlyFans. You're getting bullied.
yeah.
The man have to kill a youth now because his mum want to be a whole line. You know what I'm saying? You have to defend his honor for his stupid ass mum doing fuckery, bro. Like this is what it's become now, man. And your mum she should be ashamed of herself, man, for doing shit. But she ain't gonna hold herself accountable. For her, it's just, I
At
need
the
to
end
make
of the
money.
day, those kind of things should be last minute, which we understand.
Like, I need to make money.
If you really down that bad and you can't do nothing else, anyway, well, it's a profession.
But what about your youth?
But-
No, it's gonna affect your youth.
But what I'm saying is, there are situations where even in the ancient world,
Yeah, you have to do what you have to do.
you have to do what you got
You
to
have to
do,
do
but
what you
it's still shameful.
It's still
That's the point. But the issue is they're trying to remove the shame.
yeah, like to say there's no, yeah.
It's still shameful. You do that as a last resort. Like, listen, some man do so. It could get bad out here. You ain't got no money, no one ain't trying to help you. Then you got to sell some
But
banana.
there's people that are still living like half decent, and
But yeah, they ain't got.
there's no reason for them to do that.
bro.
That's why I want the
There's
limelight.
a job for you, man. Amazon's hiring, man. You know, God.
I read this
Amazon's
earlier.
hiring.
Yeah,
and
all
they
that
just
shit.
going on
You got one
OnlyFans,
bitch, she said she left her job because she was wearing like revealing clothing, and she used to get caught up on it, so she left her job and
Yeah,
joined
yeah,
OnlyFans.
yeah. Come on,
Stupid
man.
shit like that.
You don't do foolishness like that. No, wait.
I read this earlier, man. It's, we applied to Esau earlier, man. Again, it says here, Surah 41:6, the inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach.
Yeah, certain things you do there, like that, it naturally is going to affect the generation after you. So part of being a functional human being is understanding that your actions will have a knock-on effect.
Yeah, man.
The actions have a knock-on effect. So when you go back, there's a thing called the article I used to bring up called the Network of Care, and it speaks about the Hebrew Israelites and that our mentality was, when we was in our right mind, was your actions should be weighed against your ancestors, your peers, and also your posterity coming after you. How is what I'm about to do? How is the actions I'm about to make going to affect the honor of my forefathers, my righteous forefathers? How is it going to affect my brother that's here with me now? And how is it going to affect my children in the future? People don't think like that no more. They only think about themselves like, as an individual. Like difference now.
So they think about now.
Man, turn around, turn batty, man. How you gonna be batty, man? You don't violating the whole bloodline, man. You don't violate the whole bloodline, man.
Destroy their own
You
legacy.
brought bare shame to everyone, man. Nah, you can't do that, man.
You have to kill yourself after that.
Another precept. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 9 says, they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts. Right? Because everything they do, they do it for attention, money, and all that kind of stuff, right?
The money just destroy yourself. And that's another thing you need to realize about this world. People don't realize it, but if you are a damaged person on the inside, you are damaged. You don't. What's the healing of damage? The scriptures. What does Yahweh Shai say? He comes what? Healing in his wings. So if you're a damaged individual, the first thing you need to do is heal. The money is not going to heal you. When you give a man that's damaged money, they will take that money and damage themselves even more because money is a tool. If you got a guy, right, like let's say you got a guy that's damaged on the inside, you give him, he's a crackhead. Right? If you give a crackhead money, what's he gonna do?
Buy more crack.
Buy tons of crap.
He's not gonna fix him because he's got a damage. He's got something wrong with him. He needs to fix that damage. Like we've been taught in this world that money is a solution for everything, and it's not really a solution. Money can help you fix certain problems, but the internal problems, which usually then manifest themselves externally, money doesn't fix that.
Well,
A damage, you give her whole money, she's just gonna destroy yourself. That's why you see so many men have gotten money and ended up hooked on drugs, and they destroy themselves with women and all these different things. Is because the money then becomes a tool for you to access everything you couldn't access before. And because you not got the strength within you and the discipline of the scriptures, that money becomes a way to destroy yourself faster than you would have. Yeah, because you got the money now. Now you can go wild with all the foolishness that you want to do. And it's not withheld from you because you got the money.
This is what I was going to say, because Scripture speaks about examining thyself, right? If you could acknowledge what's wrong with you, you can use that money for good. Fix yourself. Go get some rehab or whatever the fuck you need, man. Go gym, whatever the fuck you need, innit? Right? You can do that, but when you can't acknowledge that about yourself and understand that you're broken, man, you're gonna go into your lust and the things that make you.
And that's what you see, like, even with these basketballers. Why you think you see these niggas, man, and they just doing stupid shit? They get the money, and you're like, what's wrong with this nigga, man? This nigga got some whole shit. It's because the nigga ain't right, man. And just because he can play basketball, right, and he got 200 million, yeah, that doesn't fix it. No, that 200 million is gonna make him do more. It's going to destroy himself even quicker than he would have if he was poor.
What's the example? All these Hollywood people, superstars and actors, they're all fucking on drugs, they all got alcohol problems and all kinds of shit. They're messed up. Yeah,
they're messed up. Money ain't going to solve that.
And then the things that they have to do to get that money as well, that plays a part as well. They have sleepless nights. A lot of them suffer from insomnia. They can't sleep and all that.
And then so they start using the money to try to solve that.
Yeah, they can't.
But then, you know,
all they're doing is
how much pussy can you have, man?
Then you get into more temptations,
more addiction.
Sick like that. This guy Diddy, the situation with him, and like, he's not the only one. That whole industry that he's in, they all do the same thing. And he was groomed into doing that thing anyway by them fucking small hat rat execs.
Well,
he used to work.
He was getting Cassie on camera. They were getting him on camera.
Yeah, he was doing the same thing to him. So he in turn, the lust of your father, the devil. You follow your father, the devil. That's what you started doing. Now you're doing it to your own people. That's a whole industry that you're in. That's why it tells you about giving yourself.
But another thing, all these women would have wanted to be Cassie. Yeah. Now you're finding out that she was in hell.
Industry slut. And she knew what she was getting herself into. But she wanted to partake because she was living that lifestyle, man. You know?
She ended up in hell, but
that's it. But that whole that shows you about that the fulfilling of lust. Because you go from one thing, you might have started out with some small thing like, you know, well, that was a bit freaky. But then by the end of it, you're on some whole next, you're some dominatrix kind of getting all kinds of shit going on in your house, and like, you know, R. Kelly, like, you know, even R. Kelly's situation, same shit. Like, you know, he was taking it to some extreme levels with the sexual perversions and all that. That's what happens, man. R. Kelly, you're feeling the lust of your flesh. But that's why the Lord says to me, you know, you have to deal with the spirit. Like, you have to be spiritual. He went nuts in it. Yeah. You know, you did it to yourself though. No one told you to go outside and damn shit.
They ain't got rough through the mud.
No one told you to drive outside and damn shit.
Man, he threw, man. They done give me back. They good. This is a book. Just Timothy 6 and 9. A day that will be leached forth into temptation and a snare. Yeah, you got to be careful with money, man, because money can bring out that evil within you, man.
The love of money.
The love of money. Yeah. Money can like bring out something in you, man, that ain't right, man. Yeah. Sometimes that's why the scriptures, the Most High, you might think the scripture said, "Give me neither poverty nor riches," because in the state that we're in right now, really, you don't want to be rich in this world. I'm telling you the truth. Being rich in this world, boy, with the flesh, bro, that can have you going crazy. All of a sudden, the bad bees, everything's opened up to you, man. You lose yourself, man. You bug out. It's just true. Being in this world, having too much money can work against you because that allows you to feed the flesh, and the flesh love that money, boy. You know what I mean? And you get corrupted, bro. So you're better off, like, you know, just being on a level, man. You can get certain things here and there and just keep that, like, because you start getting all that money, you know what I'm saying, and it starts moving mad. Like, it's just like, why do you think the man's going back? Well, the first time they get that bit of fame, and all of a sudden, all these women are throwing themselves at you. You know how hard it is as a man to just be like, let me just discipline up, bro. And then next thing you know, I woke up in the day.
You might take you to a whole, like I say, they always say, like, when you get to record deals, the record execs will invite them to parties, hotels, and
man.
there's women there, all these drugs.
You're
You're not really into it, but as soon as you get that first taste, you're gonna get hooked,
you're
man.
like Kublai Khan's fucking
Oh,
brothel,
shit.
man. You're losing
Oh,
your
yeah.
mind.
Seeing the titties and like,
Yeah,
you're
you're
losing
just
your
losing your
mind, man.
mind, man. It's best to just be.
Seduce
So
your
sometimes some of you brothers might think, but I ain't getting women like that. It's better that way. Because you're probably saving yourself a whole bunch of trouble, man. Because let's say you do get women all the time, then you start abusing that, and then the women will be used against you. You know, it's just so that goes into a lot of things in this world. You don't really want access to too many things because it could end up like you fall into temptation, and then you end up mash up.
Anything in balance. It's also got the weeds, you know, the cares of the world, basically like
Choke the word. Yeah, man. So sometimes it's best to just chill, man. Brothers go out, but we go out maybe twice a year or something. You know what I mean? It's just, something like that. Like, you know what I mean? You just got to be content with having less. It's better for your soul, man. Because this world will consume you.
Proverbs 30:8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me.
Yeah, man. That's it. Yeah, man. In this truth, you don't wish to be rich, man, because you might find that once you get that money,
you're gonna end up like my guy Uncle Nate, man.
Yeah,
you're gonna end up like Nate.
Lose your mind.
Nate was on point back in the day, man. Even though he was a demon back then, but he on the same. He's waxed worse and worse now. He's totally corrupted now. He's butchering scriptures left, right, and center. He doesn't even understand what he's doing, man. He's gone, yeah. He's totally gone down, man. You know, so that's what happens when that money gets into your pocket, man. You start corrupting yourself, man. Yeah. Start forgetting yourself, man. You start thinking about them zeros coming into your account every month, man.
Yeah, even flattery. Flattery, you know, you got too many man gassing you up, it could get to your head.
Supposed to be like King Canute, man.
Yeah.
All sorts about King Canute.
Sometimes it's like, thank God that you're on the level you're on. You might have a couple man around you, that's it, and it's cool. Sometimes you don't want bare man just rating you up, because that could destroy your mind to your head, man. You know what I mean? You start moving mad.
Think you're unstoppable.
Start thinking you're the man. Yeah. Sometimes you need them scorpions, like take the piss out of your hairline and things.
The elder post precept. This is James 4:3. Says, "Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lusts."
Yeah, that's a beautiful scripture, man. You know what I mean? Some things is just not necessary, especially in this world. In the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna enjoy everything, but we're gonna be in our right mind. So we'll enjoy it with wisdom and with understanding. In this world, man, we're in the flesh, we have weaknesses, and sometimes the Lord is keeping you away from a weakness, man. He's keeping you away from that weakness, and you really want it. And you don't want the Lord to give it to you, because if the Lord give it to you, man, that could be the end of you, man.
Yourself end up bedazzled, you know, tempted by the devil too much. Like even with the women's situation, the Lord said, "He that pleaseth the Most High,
escape from her, man."
So even if you don't have a lot of women, the reason why you don't, because the Lord knows if you get those women, you're not going to be the same. You're going to be fucked, man. You're going to corrupt yourself, and then the Lord's going to have to kill you because you went too far. You took it too far.
No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, we're going to be rich in the kingdom. Like we're going to be plenty. Like you see these trillionaires and all that. We're going to be the Rothschilds in the kingdom of heaven. We're going to own planets. We're going to own land. We're going to own people. We're going to own all kinds of commodities. We're going to be trillionaires literally in the kingdom of heaven, but it's going to be in a righteous order. We ain't going to be corrupted and doing wickedness.
You're going to be corrupted by it. Yeah, because you keep everything in its proper perspective, man. And not with them toxic lusts. Because another thing is, like, when you come into this truth, you are damaged.
Yeah, we're already damaged.
We're already damaged from shit that's probably happened between you and your mother, you and your father. You come into this truth a damaged individual. So this truth, the process of this truth is about healing you and growing, and you need to just focus on that, man. Focus on that, man. Like, it is what it is. If you could have a woman and you have a woman and you just chill. I mean, my experience, you start trying to expand thinking you're King Solomon, there's only one thing that comes for that. and that's just pure problems, man. Pure problems, man. So if you're the type of dude and the Lord just give you one woman, and but just read the scriptures, blood. When you're not with that woman, read the scriptures. Don't try and go be getting this thing and that thing and that thing and bro, the way I roll nowadays, I just try and ignore women as much as possible, man. I just ain't got the time for it, bro.
You should get trouble in the flesh. That's one woman.
You're just gonna get trouble, man.
You want to modify that effect?
Yeah.
I wouldn't advise you, you know.
Every time, man, it just got hurt. It's just like this wasn't worth it at all, man. It wasn't worth it, man. Just be content with certain things, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord is gonna give you enough. Sometimes He'll give you more in terms of money and things. Sometimes less. And be content, man. You try and be rich in this world, like, and then you see certain men trying to monetize the truth because they're getting lusting for that money now. They're lusting for it.
They lose the way, and then they lose the message as well. Like the whole reason why we're in this truth is to push Yahweh Shai. But then over time, because they see the zeros, they start thinking that they're Yahweh Shai. Now you're Yahweh Shai. You don't even mention Yahweh Shai no more. You're just talking about yourself. What you can do for black people. You want to build this school and you want to do that, or you want to be on a high horse. And all these different
things. And then the monetization stuff justifying your pride.
Yeah, then he's like, look, see, the Lord is with me.
You want to own a school. You want to own a fucking
you get yourself. Open up all these different labels and all that. You got a music label now.
Calling other men bums.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. What's it called? No. It's BHI, innit? We're Black Hebrew Israelites, but they're not. They're not Black Hebrew Israelites. Nate says we're BHI, but he's considered an Israelite. But we're BHI.
Yes, that's a good.
Demons, man.
Go back to Timothy 6:6. But godliness with contentment is great gain.
So you got to be balanced, man. The scriptures talk about being temperate in all things. You got to be balanced, man. Look, the Lord will give you, like the brother said, you're gonna learn to abound and be a base, man. You're gonna, sometimes will give you more and lost, and sometimes will take away because He's trying to keep you temperate, man. He don't want you to lose your way. You know, that's what it's about, man. Being balanced.
Seek ye the Lord, man. You know?
Yeah.
And remember that there's a kingdom to come. That pride of life can destroy you. And a lot of guys, their pride of life do destroy them, man. Yeah, man. You know, the Lord will give you things, man. The Lord, you know, like brothers, as you go, there's nothing wrong with getting a better job or whatever and earning a bit more money. No one said you can't do that. But you got to put the truth first.
Yeah.
Right? And then the Lord might give you this thing, and you know, you ain't gonna be Bill Gates, but you get a little something, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of men fall at the truth like that because they feel like the Lord ain't coming and I'm missing out on this and I'm missing out on that. Yeah, we've seen a lot of them dudes. Remember that? Who's that Don that wanted to be an MMA fighter, black? Remember that Don? In between the Bay Area or something, he left the truth because he wanted to be an MMA fighter. There was another one from New York that did that. Then another guy wanted to be a DJ. And another one wanted to be a musician. And
from Trinidad left because he wanted to be
a musician. Why? Because he wanted to get the money and the fame, and he wants it now in this world.
Then he ended up getting shot.
Yeah, man.
Was that going to mention about the cares in this world, man?
He wasn't content. He wasn't content with what the Lord gave him. He wanted more. Yeah. And he wanted to go get it. Yeah, okay, go get it. But it's no guarantee you're going to get what you're looking for. But you're going to get what you're looking for. Because the Lord's got you. Obviously, you're looking for destruction. So that's what's really going to come. So you have to be content in this truth.
Well, those that need the word and reject the word go back to the world. Their judgment's worse.
Yeah, man.
You know, so that one, ain't the best idea. You know,
just be content, man. You know what I mean? And walk this path. This is a path of spiritual growth.
Patience.
And as long as you're making spiritual growth, that's the most important thing. Anyway, to grow spiritually, to be patient and grow in the spirit, man, and get the riches which comes with this wisdom, man. That's really it.
At the end of the day, we're here to suffer anyway. So ain't no excuses. We're here to suffer. We should be lucky to be even still be breathing. Because really, we're all supposed to be in the spiritual realm, man. But the Lord's having mercy on certain men. So we just got the word patience means to suffer, man. So we just got to wait, man. There ain't too much longer anyway. The Lord gonna be here very soon. He said He's coming quickly, man. So we just gotta wait, man.
Matthew 19 says we're gonna get everything we've lost on this side, that
100-fold, man. Just gotta wait, man. Look at Job. Job had everything, but the Lord took it from him. But he knew that he could take it from him because he knew he wasn't gonna give him up.
Get that righteous sin.
Yeah, man, we're gonna be all right, man. We're gonna be taken care of. The Lord gonna take care of us beyond our belief. That's why even in the scriptures it says we're gonna loathe ourselves.
We speak about being wealthy, but I mean,
We don't even understand
what's the point? I mean, when I say the point is, listen, we're gonna be good,
that.
man.
We're stupid.
We ain't even gonna have to put a number on it, or you know what I'm saying? It's just we're gonna be abundance, man. Money has abundance,
nothing,
man.
But that's the thing, because in this world you get rich. But guess what? You get like the Liverpool player where his dad's getting taken hostage, right?
Man.
You know, he's having to deal with that. You know, your house is getting robbed. You think about, for instance, Esau has to live in these gated communities with all of the security, when they get home, they got to put their jewels in a safe, and the kingdom ain't safe.
Deposit box lay up treasures on earth, man. That's what lay up treasures in heaven. We're more for rust off corrupt, not corrupt, man. You know, that's what it is. That's what it is, man. We ain't putting our treasures in this world, man. Our treasures is in the kingdom to come, man. That's why we're out here standing in the cold.
But you
right
gotta
now.
believe that it's
You
coming.
gotta believe as well, yeah.
And if you don't have that belief, then this world is gonna crunch you up, and then all of a sudden
Spit
you're
you
under
down,
pressure,
yeah.
and then you're gonna go out here to try and achieve something in this world, and all you're gonna achieve is your own destruction, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this stick to this truth, man. Go on.
For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out.
Yeah, that's why a lot of celebs they come into wealth and all that. But you realize a lot of them die broke, man. A lot of the top celebs that of our people, they always die broke because you come into this world having nothing anyways. You don't leave having nothing. Man. It's all temporal.
And you're not gonna receive the honor. There's gonna be an honor to be one of the men that stood stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shai. That comes with an eternal honor,
Incorruptible crown.
You know that you can't buy. You can't buy that kind of honor, that kind of prestige. You know, the elect are gonna have prestige. The faithful Israelites are gonna be more honored than the ones who weren't faithful. And you can't buy that kind of honor. You can't buy.
Yahweh Shai is personally gonna crown each brother that stood diligently for this faith, man. That's the thing that you
behave like a fighter.
And that's
Hey, it's like these, you know, we were into boxing, man. And brothers get on me, but so I'm like, for real, listen. If you're gonna be in the ring, behave like a fighter. You're gonna sleep better, man. You know the man that quit on their stool, man. Yeah.
Let's get the name.
Even though they got paid, they hurt, man. They know, like when they go around the man, you man's a quitter. It hurts, man. You didn't earn the right to stand there and be like. There's certain man from back in the day, like them old school dons that never quit. They could go into the pub and they know they get respect from everywhere. The man know that guy there is a real fighter, man. That guy never quit. But when you're a man that are just quitting on their stool, bro, they hurt, bro. You know, even though they got the money and they can spend the money and all that stuff, they know that the man look at you.
It's the back of their mind.
This is a quitter, man. You know, man hit man on the Twitter like,
And
quit. Yeah,
That's moist.
He took glass and gold and went down.
yeah, like it's soft, man. Hey, every man wants to have that honor, innit? So just hold on to the honor, man. It's better to have that integrity, to behave correctly and have that name rather than have a bad name. You know, fuck money. Get yourself a name in the spirit, man, by doing the right things.
Real quick, this is Proverbs 22:1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold.
To be one of the faithful ones is a good name. You don't want to be one of these dudes that was here sucking off Esau for some FRN. Nah, like allow it, star. Like that ain't the way you want to go out, man. You rather go out with some integrity, man, so that man can say, like, listen, you stood stiffly for that name. You know what I'm saying?
Yahweh Shai himself, he was tempted of the devil, but he resisted him. He didn't sell his soul. He told Satan to get back, man, get behind him.
Exactly. Hey, you got Billy Joe Saunders. You got to go out on your shields, man. You got to go out on your shields. You can't be going out like a punk, because at the end of the day, you look back and you be like, raw, I went out like a punk.
And the glory of those men, you know, the elect that will be part of that number that they're gonna receive is gonna be magnificent, man. Ezra wrote or written that he marveled at those that stood so stiff. He marveled at them, man, because they were in great glory, man.
Yeah, and that name's gonna follow them too. That legacy is
name,
gonna follow them forever.
It's an eternal name, man. So it's more than worth it. It's not just a case of you're gonna die or live. It's bigger than that. 'Cause everyone die, everyone can die or live at some point. But it's just like, can you hold that name, man, and how hold that honor eternally? The Lord's gonna bless man eternal, man. But all these men that did the foolishness, they're always gonna be that little bit below, man.
Well, Scripture speaks about them receiving their consolation, man.
Man,
You know,
man,
they
imagine.
really losing that, really.
Man turned down Yahweh Shai for to try and get an MMA career.
So you
That's
chose-
just shameful,
And
man.
they didn't even
man.
get it.
I didn't even get it, man. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? It's
yeah,
just
yeah,
shameful,
shame.
man.
chose mammon over the
Allow
Lord.
it.
You had
stop.
to hang down, bro.
Man, they'd be like, hold on, like, you was in the truth and
You traded that, bro.
you left the
That's
truth
why-
because you wanted to be a DJ. That's like,
That's why.
That's
That's
yo,
why I told you in Daniels, a lot of men are gonna have their heads down.
their
bro.
head
Yeah,
down,
yeah,
man. They'd be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
hold
Shame.
on, man.
Shame
You wanted to be a DJ, Rasta. That's
You dropped
peak.
out of the truth.
Well, it's
You
someone
tasted
to wake
the
up to
glory.
everlasting shame, isn't it? You know?
You tasted the sweet glory. You wanted to be a rapper.
And it's, you know, it's the law, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is a shameful thing. You'd rather have do the honorable thing than the shameful thing.
Yeah.
Like a coward. You'd rather be a man that showed bravery than a man that was a coward. Like, yeah, the man ran and left everybody to die. Coward, man. Nobody wants to have the name of a coward. You'd rather have the name of a man of courage, isn't it?
Tell you, listen,
And that's the elect.
that's it.
It's about Revelation 3 and verse 11. Behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou art, that no man take thy crown. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power.
That's a
Position,
pillar
Yeah,
of strength.
that's a pillar, man. Like the martyrs, the ones that get martyred
Yeah.
for the
They're
name of
gonna
the
have-
Lord, man.
Yeah, pillars.
Now, to some man, like the carnal people, you'd be like, oh, you just died. So. But man, think of the name that
Died
the-
for
you died for the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. That's a good thing. That's a great name, man. Man, I get respect forever off the back of that. You know what I mean? Like
Sacrifice, man.
this is
That's a story, man.
come on, man.
It's going to be written in the books for generations upon generations. For those, you know, the true follower of the Lord, man. The true soldier.
It's just better. It's better, man. It's better to be that one of those people than to be like P. Diddy.
Yeah, he needs to sell
Man,
out.
that he didn't die for the name of the Lord. He bent over for the name of Esau.
Say that.
And Esau having his way with you, man. Allow it.
So that's wisdom 3. Says in the sight of the unwise, they seem to die.
It's really we're not, you know, it's just a transition.
Yeah.
But you know, it's temporarily in sleep paralysis mode, and then the Lord will bring us back, man. That's all it is, man. It's just a transition from one body to the spiritual realm. Then the Lord will bring you back, because the Lord said that he that died in Yahweh Shai shall be risen first.
So it's better to be dying righteous than to live in wickedness.
That's it, man.
Go on.
And he shall go no more out, and I will light upon him the name of my power, and the name of my seat, and the name of the seat of my power, which is a new Jerusalem, which comes down out of heaven from my power, and I will light upon him my new name.
New Jerusalem coming from the
And
heavens.
that's powerful when you got that title and the Lord's gonna do that for you. That means you're
It's an everlasting
a
time.
made man. You know what they say,
Yeah.
like in a mafia. No, the mafia is wicked, but I'm just using it
It's
as
a made man. So
when you're a made man,
no one can touch you.
no one can touch you. You're a made man. That's why a man was walking up in a restaurant, you know what I mean? Like Joe Pesci, like that day when he was gonna get made. What's that movie? Goodfellas.
Goodfellas,
Yeah, when he was that's why he was like, and they were like, them man were happy, like, he's gonna get made because they know that he was gonna become something, man. That's better than a normal don. The normal guy that's just walking around.
But the day he was supposed to get made, he got whacked.
He got whacked, yeah, he got a headshot because he killed the made man, innit? You know what I'm saying? But
Be
it's
a made man is a man of honor.
the Lord is going to, the elect are made men. The Lord is going to put special titles on them.
Well,
Special
that's
men.
the Israel of the Most High.
Yeah.
The Israel of the Most High, like the Most High's, you know, like King Arthur and his mighty men round table. That's like likened unto that. Like those are the Most High's men.
There
on the earth.
really ain't no higher thing you could be
Yeah,
than,
no higher
than
form.
them being of the elect. That is the jackpot of all jackpot. That's the Euro millions times a
You
billion.
wouldn't want to be on that, like that, you know.
But in this world, people want to be these accolades and these titles. But these titles are vain. They're not going to last.
Yeah.
They're temporary title, man. Earthly crown. They want to be the undisputed champion. No one ain't going to care about that in the kingdom of heaven. You know what I mean?
That's why
Like
Tyson.
Floyd.
Yeah.
Floyd, man, don't shut up, man. Yes, you know. Hey, Floyd. You know, what's the weather today? Well, you know, I've been in the game for 20 years. You know, I'm undefeated. It's like this. You know what I mean? Like, bro, the guy is just fucking obsessed with being recognized for. Bro, when America destroyed, man, no one ain't gonna give a damn about all that stuff any damn way, man.
Yeah.
It's just over. These are earthly crowns, man. Man are gonna be rating off the elect in the kingdom, man. The real dons. That
That's
did
why
something
Joshua.
real.
That's why Joshua. He dashed the belts. And Tyson, he dashed the belts as well. Tyson dashed the belts and said, "Look here, this is nothing. This is metal, man. It don't mean nothing." Did they come to realize that after all those years of fighting and blood, sweat, and tears, it don't mean shit. It's all temple, man. This place is not the kingdom of
Well, the
heaven.
Hall of Fame is gonna be destroyed, man. This is just things for now. That's just temporary, like that, man. Rate, yeah? But we're having the opportunity through the Spirit to achieve a title which is everlasting, man. So go for that, man. Rather go for that than
Hollywood Boulevard.
you know what I mean, trying to get Oscar and all this bullshit.
Your name written on the stone.
Yeah, man, that's all bullshit, man. That's all bullshit, man.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, go on. It's Wisdom of Solomon, 3 and 6. As God in the furnace, as He tried them, as God in the furnace, as He tried them, and received them as a burnt offering, and in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. That's the elect, man.
The Lord's going to exalt His men. Spiritual power is coming. 2024, that could happen as well. Because we're still waiting for that power to come, man. We have to believe that also. The Lord is going to exalt His men because we've been on the low for a long time, man. These guys that are seeking fame, they're the ones that's going to be looked down upon on the side where the men that ain't
want to eat pork, man.
Yeah.
Listen, man,
Stupid
fuck
niggas.
pork, man.
Like that's the only meat on the earth, man. In the ancient world, we used to disdain that. You would bring out the example in the apocrypha, man. The sons that would rather die.
Divide and eat pork, man. And here niggas here munching it down. Brother, like, just relax yourself. There's no need, man. Listen, you go to the butchers. They got the lamb. They got the goat.
Turkey.
They got the turkey. But yeah,
you don't need no fucking.
you don't need no turkey. You don't, bro. There's so much. Listen, the skill of the black woman is to season. You
turn
see anything into gold, man. Yeah, so you don't need it, fam. Like, trust me, you don't need it. And you know how I know that? Remember one time I used to love off my grandma was pork ribs, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll be honest, bro. I was in the world, yeah. And then when I stopped eating pork, man, I went and bought some lamb ribs, and she cooked them down. They were banging, bro, because you can see it. It's better, man. Just eat the lamb, bro. That's what I'm trying to say, man. You ain't gotta eat the pork, man.
You ain't gonna save your life.
You ain't gotta eat the pork.
Hey,
Man.
but that's a great demon, man. Because you know now when we go into you might go into a store and they like in the morning they've just prepared the BLTs and that, and it's like that smells disgusting,
They
man.
don't need to eat it, bro. They put, but again, that was Esau pushing a cheap meat on you,
Yeah.
finding a way to shove it down your throats. Because remember, bacon, that was Edward Bernays as well. Because the pork belly, specifically the pork belly, was dog food because nobody wanted to eat it, and then so he turned it into a breakfast food. He went to they wanted a way like, listen, this will not, the pork belly is a massive part of the pig. They couldn't sell it, so it was cheap. He says, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna market pork belly as something that women should be feeding to their husbands because it gives them like energy and it's a full day, and that's how bacon and eggs. Bacon and eggs is a staple. It's a staple of breakfast. That was Edward Bernays. So now the pork belly that they were feeding to the dogs is now bacon that you fry in the morning. Yeah, so it's all bullshit anyway, man. But either way, you shouldn't be eating anything which is unclean that the Lord said not to eat. And we're not going to go into the science of it because it's not necessary. If he says it's just not necessary, if he says you can't, but first of all, okay, let's get into this argument then. You can't eat pig because it's it eats whatever. Then they'll come up with an argument, try and say, well, what if you only feed it this? Listen, bro, we ain't got time for all that. Yeah, you can't eat pig, you can't eat horse, you can't. We're not gonna just it. Like we're just not gonna go into the million debates because you're not the Most High. If you think you know better than the Most High who created all things and has all knowledge, then go eat it then. But I don't know better, so I don't have a scientific lab. I can't do all the research here. All I know is it says you're not supposed to eat the swine.
Yeah.
That's it.
Touch his dead body.
Like
That's it.
Like the apostles and brothers been saying, you can't make an unclean thing clean.
You can't.
You can't make a corruptible thing incorruptible.
Oh, it's the way you need to cook it, bro.
Kosher pig. There ain't no such thing as kosher pig, man. It's abominable, man. That's it.
It's just it shows a lack of trust,
Yeah.
and a lack of arrogance when you're trying to
Make it
like you know better than the Most High. He knows better than you, man. He said don't eat it for a reason.
He created it.
Trust.
But this is the thing. You gotta respect the laws of the Most High. You don't.
You don't. That's it.
You know. And having this thing just based on that.
Yeah, especially scripture says the day that the God is their belly for real.
Because a horse is not a scavenger.
Yeah, but it's
But you can't eat the horse, can you? So there must be something about
Most of the time,
each animal that he said separately that he said you can't eat that you can't eat. If he said it's unclean, there's a reason he said it's unclean. And I don't really care what that reason is right now. It's not that it's not important, but what's more important is he said don't eat it.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna eat it, and then later when he opens up the understanding, we might know exactly why for each one.
it's better to obey than to sacrifice.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Do what he said. Yeah. Keep it simple.
Because when you start trying to get too smart, then you trying to find ways around it.
You know what it's like?
That's what they're
It's like,
doing.
it's like the Tower of Babel. Same thing. The notion of power.
But what if I just
Exactly.
feed the pig on grain and it don't eat nothing? Then can I eat it? Then no, but we're not playing all them games, man.
When you start doing it for other things, for other laws.
That's tempting the Lord.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. You're tempting. No, if you do this. No, the Lord said don't.
Don't eat it, man. We don't care. We don't care. I don't care what the pig ate. The pig could have been raised on a diet of filet mignon. And I don't give a fuck, man. Like, don't eat it, man. Don't eat it. Bullshit, man.
Sound like one of them damn Christians, man. 'Cause that's what they do. They make excuses. The law's done away with, so now we can eat what we want to eat. No, you can't, man.
I think one guy was saying, "Oh, the reason that God said that the Israelites couldn't eat pork is because they didn't know how to heat it up properly."
So,
I was thinking, what the fuck is this guy talking about, man?
Putting excuses at the ass. This is Proverbs 13 and 13. Whoso despises the word shall be destroyed. Right? If you despise what the Most High put in, bro, that's your problem, man, because the Most High going to get rid of you, man. You know, like I said, you're here to do what you're told. You're just a lowly human being, a worm, and the scheme of everything, man. The Most High said no, that's what it is.
The wisdom,
You know,
then the Lord might open up your wisdom later, and then you understand, okay, that's why the Lord said no. But the first port of call should always be
faith.
faith. Yeah, exactly. The first port of call should be trust.
Yeah.
And then once you trust it, then you just don't do it, man. We ain't got time for it, man. It's 2023, and guys want to trying to get technical with it, man. Who do you think you are, man? Like, nah,
it's
man.
easy. It's not like because there's certain laws that we can't keep like that in this kingdom, man. You know, like for instance, the mix, because that's what some people try to say. They'll be like, oh yeah, but it says about mixed fabrics as well. You wear mixed fabrics, so yeah, but we ain't got factories. We can't make them.
But like, not even the reason we harp on about the dietary law is because it's actually a very simplistic law to begin to practice, to keep, to be obedient, man. You just don't buy it because there is loads of meats which are just which are the same price. Yeah. So it's not like you can't afford to have nothing else, bro. Chicken wings are cheap, bro.
There's plenty of other meats.
There's plenty of them.
There's no excuse, man. You just love the taste of that salty ass, nasty ass meat.
Which you can make any meat salty.
Yeah. Was it Brian or something?
Yeah, any meat can be salty. Like, what's it? So that's how they. You can salt. You can cure. Yeah, you can cure and salt any meat, man. These dudes are assholes. That's that demon. But they're gonna be destroyed.
It's still rolling.
No, this is done.
Yeah. But anyway, finish up on your neck and we'll close up.
Is it done?
Yes, fine.
Nah, it should be back on.
Yeah, finish up and then we'll close up.
Got more to read?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a Proverbs 4:2. Oh, shit. 4:2 say, you shall, Deuteronomy 4:2. You shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish out from it, that ye may keep the commandment of the Lord your God.
You know, trying to make up reasons why you can and can't do things, but the Lord only gave it to us, man, straight. And he gave us the repercussions if we didn't keep it.
It's not hard to do.
You know,
It's a simple thing of obedience.
but like you said though, there's certain things in this world that are difficult to perform because of our captivity. You know, and I link my knowledge and stuff like that. The dietary is not one of those ones. Because like I said, bro, you can just not buy the pork. That's quite easy. You can grow, if you can grow a beard, you can just grow your beard. You don't need to cut your hair off your face. You don't have to do.
You don't need a lineup for sure.
Yeah, you don't need to do all that.
You're
man.
going out your way to get a lineup.
Because Jake, Jake's want to do that.
How it's shy, man. These are things that are, simple to keep, right? Not hard. Until we get into the kingdom, this is only a rehearsal of the right stance anyway, foreshadowing of things to come. But there's certain things you just don't need to be partaking in, man. You can do it, man. Stop making excuses and being ignorant and being a nigger, basically, man. The Lord won't kill you for it. You might think eating pork's a small thing because it's just a piece of food, but the Lord will put your ass to death to do that, man. Literally.
And we're all looking to be acceptable to the Heavenly Father, man. So we're trying to do the best that we can, given this body of flesh, that we're in, to be approved, And then when there's simple things like that, like these things we're speaking about, you're just letting yourself down. You know what I'm saying? You're fucking yourself over. Yeah, you're just fucking yourself over, man. We're here to try to, put you on the right, the straight and narrow, so to speak, by letting you know these things. But Jake is ignorant, man. Jake are hard-headed. This is what the scriptures say. And they ain't going to get through to a lot of these Jake because these Jake are just too much in their wickedness, man. They want to do what they want to do, the lust of their own hearts.
That's why death is coming. Hello? The Lord's going to bring death, man. You got any more on that?
That ye may keep the commandment of the Lord your God, which I commanded.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, so with that, it's just been edifying, man. And Lord, we'll be out here again next week. And all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Chapadash, the orders unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom to the whole world that's out there, man. Shalom.
Hold on, I'm gonna check. Hold on.